Jews, or they would be dead too?
I don't know about that because we don't have it, but I'm gonna go with the Baha'is because
Well,
they're
it
Iranian.
just by Islam,
Yeah.
Hindus or anybody who is they consider pagan, they're deemed to death. Okay, it's only the Jews and Christians that can pay the jizya according to the Quran. Otherwise, you either convert or die.
But we do have, just a fire and apology, we have Sikhs. We have a lot of Sikhs in Iran, and we do have Hindus in Iran. I'm not sure if they're practicing it, but Baha'is are the ones that are targeted. Specifically, Baha'is are targeted.
Yeah, because they also branched out of Islam. You understand? And so this is like apostasy. They left
It's
Islam.
more
They
political and apologetic because Baha'is were the very integrated within the system, society. The reason I'm saying these things is not has a lot to do with just religion. It's a lot to do also with how they survive within the society. So Baha'is are very intelligent, educated from
and
the
they're
rest of,
peaceful. They're peaceful.
yeah. And the last prime minister, Hoveyda, he was the most intelligent politician from all the other politicians in Iran. He was the most intelligent, educated person. And when he got his death sentence, do you know how they killed him? They shot him in his testicles. And they wanted to send it. Yeah, that's how they killed him. They didn't kill him. They didn't shoot him in his heart or even in his. They shot him in his testicles. They wanted him to bleed to death and suffer.
Well, it's an act of humiliation, Amir. If you get into the psyche of these psychos, it's an act of humiliation. It's like, we're gonna kill you, but we're gonna humiliate you. And the same goes with jizya, okay? Whoever pays jizya, it comes with humiliation. It just not give money, okay? And I read this verse in the Quran the other night, and it says it. That you have to pay it with humility, okay? Like you have to be humiliated paying it, okay? So, and I understand what you're saying about political, and I'm not knowledgeable on that in regards to the Baha'i. But what I find interesting is basically that faiths that branched off Islam, okay, and became peaceful. For example, the Baha'i, the Alawites, the Druze, they Islam pushed them away, but the ones that became like the most um, genocidal, killing, those are they love to consider them Muslims, you know, and I think that's very telling about what Islam is and what it stands for.
Hey, I wanted to add something to this conversation quickly. Um, I don't know if you guys believe in evil, like actual, real, like evil in this world. Um, but
We believe in evil, but it's not an external evil. It's people can are evil,
I don't
can
know.
be
I think,
evil.
okay, I'll just say this. I just, in my
You don't
opinion,
believe in like demons and shit.
okay, well, in my opinion, I think that there's something behind Islam that's what I would call demonic. It's a demonic, angelic, demonic force that has been let loose and is taking over, pretty much trying to take over the world. And there definitely is some connection to the West and other religions and globalism. It's as if they're useful idiots for the globalist agenda to bring about a one world system, whether it be communism that wins that battle or Islam. It just seems to me that both of those and their political ideologies are very destructive, killing hundreds of millions of people over thousands of years and whatever. But that they've been something's been unleashed, and I know this has always been going on, but I think that specifically in our modern times right now, there's this, and I just don't understand it, quite understand it, but there's this just pure evil that you see in October 7th, that you see in the Holocaust, that you see in a lot of the massacres that occurred throughout history, that it's becoming more prevalent and more destructive, and there's a lot more money behind it. I don't know. I'm call me crazy. I just for some reason I get that feeling, and it's just a feeling. It's not a knowledge. It's not. It's just a feeling.
But the thing is, your feeling is correct. They're evil. No one argues that, correct? Um, but the thing is, behind that evil, there is also motivation. There are agendas. They're not just there to kill or murder. They're there to dominate. It's a political movement. It's a cult. It's a modern slavery. To me, it's a modern colonization, but through religion. Um, See, this is the thing. I personally, I know probably a lot of Jews might disagree with me, but I really think that hatred for the Jewish people is deep inside Europe. It still exists. That hatred for Israel, it's well established in Latin America, in Europe. So how can they defeat Israel or Jews? You find a tool. Their tool is Islam. They cannot go start, Europeans cannot go start another war, correct? They lost one when you had Hitler, the Nazi, correct? He started it. But now, this is again um, my hypothesis. I feel like they also know that Iranians have such a close ties to Jewish people. We are getting punished by that too, by default. That's why they don't let us to grow, and they don't want us to succeed, because I feel like they let the Arabs who humiliated us, embarrassed us, dominated us, to still dominate. And Islam is a tool. It's a tool that they use to kind of get their agenda, their political motives, which is really to control Persians and the Jewish people. That's just my hypothesis.
And I think you hit it right on the head. Um, the Persian people have a long history with the Jewish people. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for the Persian people, and I think it's King Cyrus, am I correct? Allowing the
Correct.
Jews to go home and rebuild the second temple. Is that correct?
You're correct.
And that long-standing history of the Persian people and the Jews. The ironic part of it is, as we're right now trying to set the Persian people free from Islam, as like the United States is, we might be kind of winning that battle a little bit here and there, but we're losing the war because they are now invading our country. They are taking over political positions. They are in every state. Their mosques, they keep on building mosques. They keep on having more kids, and they keep on destroying the West. So, say Iran does get free in a, let's say, 2 year period. The ironic part is we freed probably one of the greatest Islamic terrorist states that exists in this world, and I mean one of the greatest. But yet they came to our country and they took over.
All right.
In the meantime,
So I want to share something, and again, I might say this not in the right way, and I know unapologetic is really good. This Jenny left. Jenny is also good in this. So I have these conversations a lot with one of my Israeli friends, which I really like, and he's teaching me some things. And one of the things he was telling me, that in Hebrew, every letter does correspond to some sort of a number, and they kind of call it, if you put the numbers together, they call it gematria, something like that. And Cyrus the Great, which kind of in Hebrew is Koresh, and when you assign numerical number, it adds up to uh, 526. Uh, so, which is Cyrus, it's tied to the number 70, which is exactly the prophet Jeremiah, that the Jewish people would be held in exile by Babylon for exactly 70 years. So, because I do believe in these kind of things, and I do feel like we Persians are being punished by the Europeans. I do feel like a lot of, I had this debate with another Jewish person, which he didn't think that's the case, but my friend who is closely works with other rabbis and he debates them, he totally agrees with me. I do feel like there's still deep hatred in Europe for Jewish people, and that deep hatred that they had for Jewish people, they have it for Persians. That's why I do think they wanted to Arabize us in 1979. They wanted us to lose our culture, which is the most unique culture after Israel in Middle East. There is no other culture in Middle East, none, zero culture in Middle East that is unique than the Israelis, the Jewish people, and the Iranians, the Persians. They wanted us to become tribal, follow the Quranic culture, Quran, which is nothing but verses and fucking scripts. They wanted us to follow that bullshit. And Persians, fucking, we are 5,000 years old. We're the oldest.
But the Shah was in Mecca though. I don't get what you're saying. That was before
What the
1979.
fuck are you talking
He,
about? Shah went to
the
Makkah.
Shah didn't go to
Shah
Mecca.
went to Makkah
He's not
because,
buried in a
dude,
mosque.
it's just to paying tribute to his country that is 30 million. They're Muslim. He just wanted to pay respect to his neighbor.
Is he not buried in a mosque in Cairo?
Did he build him? Is he buried because that Egypt is the only country that accepted him? To get,
Yeah, but his family asked him to be buried in that mosque. His wife, his son.
I don't
That's
think
like
that
common.
has anything to do with it, my friend. Why? Wait, okay,
But
hold
you
on.
made it sound
Why
like
does Cyrus the Great? What does Cyrus the Great to do with Pahlavi the Shah? Do you understand the difference?
you said in 1979 you got Arabized, which is weird
No,
because that was
I didn't
in
say
the
we got
year.
Arabized. I said they try to Arabize us. Arabize is very different than someone going to a mosque. Okay, that's not Arabize. They try to
So explain how Arab. You mean Islamized, or what do you mean Arabized?
Arabize
Arabized is
and Islamized. To me, they are the same because all Arabs, most Arabs are Muslims, correct? So they wanted us, the Persians, to follow the book of Quran verses by verses.
And what were the people following before 1979? What religion was the
They were
majority
all
of
secular.
Iranians?
They could have followed whatever religion they wanted.
But
They were not
I'm not talking
forced.
about their political view.
They were not
But what
forced.
religion were
They
they?
were not forced to become Muslims.
Yes, I understand they were not forced to become Muslim, but I'm asking you, what religion were they?
They were Muslims. They were Baha'is. They were Jews. They were Christians.
Oh, so you cannot say that because you believe Arabized means Islamic at the same sense. So you cannot say that Muslims were forced to be Muslims. They were already Muslims. So you're not making any sense, Amir.
Why
Like it's
not?
kind of because they're already Muslims. How can you make somebody who's
Yeah,
Muslim
you
already
could
Muslim? Like
because
they're already
this
Muslim.
is the thing. I could see there are Muslims, correct? There are people who are Muslim, but they don't practice it that much. They just because by Islam when you're born, okay, they kind of give you that verse behind your ears. It's always
How can you say not practice when he went to Mecca? You still not Mecca. The king, the head of the state, is in Mecca praying with his hands up to Allah in front of the Kaaba in Mecca. It doesn't make any sense what you're saying.
No, no, no. You're kind of mixing a lot of stuff because you want to get your point across. And I get
So what is the going to Mecca practice? What is it? Isn't the 5 pillars of Islam is to go to Mecca?
no, it's not fucking bull. People go to Makkah because some do it for political reasons. No one gives a shit about Makkah. Why would I, if I'm like a Muslim?
So the Iranian Persian Empire,
Uh-huh.
right? Shava, the last one, the last Shah, he went to Mecca and prayed and wore the garment and everything just for a political stunt. Is that weak
Yeah, I think
that he
so.
has to follow another religion
I
that he
think
doesn't
so
believe in?
because
It's not
it's
making
a lot
sense.
of people do things for political reasons. They go in and in order to kind of show that they, hey, we'll respect
So
other
okay, so
religions.
answer this question, Amir.
He also went. Hold on, just relax. He also went to Israel. He also went to France. He visited the church. He visited a synagogue. So he was a people's leader. That doesn't make him somebody that he hates his people or anything like that. Does that make sense?
Sadat went to Israel too. Doesn't make
Good.
him not Muslim. You're not making sense.
No,
You're
you're
saying
not
that
making
going to
sense.
Israel.
Sadat was a great leader. He went to Israel because to show he respects Israel.
No, that was that was after the war when Shah supported Egypt during the war against Israel. Do you deny that?
Of course, I deny that.
So you're
It's
saying
a
that
Shah.
that
The Shah of Iran. The Shah of Iran worked hand in hand with Israel. They might have had some differences. He might have made some bad choices, but at the end of the day, he worked with Israel. He worked with Israel. Now, did he make good decisions?
so you're saying it was a mistake. Sorry, we'll just take a point about it. So you're saying that that this guy who got Islamist before, he wasn't Muslim, but he went to Mecca and he also supported Egypt against Israel while also saying in an
But then at
interview
the end
that
of
the
the
Jew.
day, he also worked with Sadat, who also worked with Israel. Who
No, he
all,
didn't work with Israel. He said that Jews control the media and the banks in
who said
America.
that?
Do you deny it?
Who said
Do
that?
you deny the Shah said in an interview, right?
Where
That the,
you're talking about the father, the Pahlavi's father?
yeah, the last Shah. He's the
Okay.
last Shah. Khalas,
When did he say that? When did he say that?
in an interview,
When?
with an
Which
American
interview?
interview.
Which interview?
You've never seen the interview, and you're an expert in
I
Iran.
don't see things. I hear it. Which
Okay,
interview you
if I
talking
show
about?
you the interview right now in 3 seconds, would you at least rethink the whole thing? Because
No,
obviously you
why
don't
would I
know about the
rethink?
Shah.
Because people have their own opinions, and I'm sure at times he had his own opinions, and then he kind of changed his opinion. He's a
Okay,
politician. He
what do you
was
think
never.
of the?
Listen, listen to my friend. Okay, I know where you're fucking coming from. You're probably some sort of a fucking Arab who wants to push his fucking agenda. Okay,
No, I don't like
now,
the
no, you're a
RSVP. No,
fucking
no,
Arab. You're a fucking
I don't
Muslim
like the
Arab.
RS.
You're a
No, I
fucking
don't like the
Muslim Arab.
RSVC.
Shut the fuck up.
No,
Listen. Shut the fuck up and
He's not
listen.
Arab. He's a raped Egyptian.
Okay.
His
here you go,
ancestors
rape
were
Egyptian.
raped
Yeah.
This is the culture that
into
we're dealing with.
Islam.
The vile culture.
You're a
Look,
cockroach.
This are
She's right.
you? I mean,
okay,
yeah.
but
Egyptians
I
were the
just
Copts. Were
I
the
debunked
Copts.
3 points. Debunked
Where are the
3 points
Copts?
that
Listen,
you've
Where are
done.
the Copts? Where is your
We
language?
are
Why
all
are you
cops. Cops
speaking
just means
Arabic?
Egyptos,
That's
means
the
Egypt.
beauty of the Iranian
She's so
people.
retarded.
They
She doesn't
didn't
have a
they
culture or
didn't
a country.
lose they didn't
She
lose their
doesn't have a
language.
country
That's
or a.
why they remember
Okay,
who
okay.
they
Can
were
you just pick
before
this
Islam.
Israeli
Are
who's
you
still trying to fight
triggered?
the
Are
country?
you
Are
triggered?
you afraid of her?
Triggered by
Are
who?
you
By
afraid of
somebody
Yeah.
who's
her?
a refugee?
Why are you
By a
afraid of
Well,
her?
refugee?
Israel is
A
not only
refugee
a fact, but it's
You're
living
afraid
in
of
a
her.
the
Why are you
bunker?
afraid of her? Why?
Afraid of
yeah.
who?
Yeah,
You're
because they
afraid.
are
You're
The
afraid
afraid
Shah
of
of a
said,
strong
woman. Why are you
women.
afraid of
That's
a
why
woman?
they have to
afraid of a
cover
who?
their
You're
women
Of
afraid
and
a
of a
cancel
woman.
them.
refugee.
You're
Someone who
afraid
Yes,
of
doesn't have a
her.
you're
country.
afraid of
You
Somebody who's
women,
been
are.
and
expelled 200
especially
times. No,
strong
I'm not.
Are you?
Jewish
Do you have a
women.
small dick? You have a small dick. You're small.
Absolutely, he
I mean,
does.
look at the culture. He
Absolutely, he
said the
does.
great civilizations, dick
You're no,
and
dude.
cock.
Look
You
at
came in.
This
Egypt.
is
Do
what
you
we
have
have.
food? Do you have food?
Of course, we have with a
Yeah.
breadbasket.
No,
Okay.
So, anyways, okay,
Good for
okay.
you.
okay,
Good
Israeli
for
for a second.
you.
I'm talking to
Yeah.
Amir now.
Do
Let me
you
just continue
find
the
it in the
Call.
conversation.
garbage?
Cannot
Where do
You
you
don't
handle
have
find
to.
her.
your food?
You don't have to
Egypt
nag. You
is
don't have to nag.
so sad.
Yeah. So,
It's
You're
the
afraid of a
saddest
So
woman,
sad.
man. You
country,
can't
The
handle a
really.
fastest
woman.
growing economy
I
in the Middle
mean,
East is so sad.
yeah,
Yeah, sure.
from a
So,
great
Amir.
from a
Okay, here we
great
go. Are you
culture
done?
that
Okay,
the
good.
ancient Egyptian
Yeah.
had, look what became of
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
an
And
We
you've
go.
been
listen.
raped
She's an
into
IDF
Islam.
soldier. She could kick
This
your
is
ass
this is
every
why the
second.
Shah.
Yeah.
This is why the Shah is
Yeah.
buried in Cairo. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Women
Sure.
like
So,
me
anyways,
took
Amir,
down
يا أخي,
Khamenei, we took down Sinwar,
Israeli.
we
You
took
live in a
down
bunker.
so
You're
many
hiding
of
in a
those
bunker.
assholes.
You will hide. You will keep
People,
hiding all
women
your
just
life.
like me.
You will
Just
continue
like
to
me.
be in the underground. You are cursed by God. 200 fucking
I
2000
Which
years.
see
God? The
200 years
Muslims
the
hell.
pedophile?
underground.
God
The
Jews
is not
are not
pedophile
forever.
Muhammad? Are you
underground.
talking
Jews
about the
are
Anyways,
pedophile
very
Muhammad?
much overground,
The
not
Muhammad the
being
pedophile?
afraid.
Are you talking about
okay.
Muhammad the
So
pedophile?
why
How
did
are you?
Shah?
Do you how
Okay.
often you wash your hands, Musha?
Look
How
how he's
Don't
not
worry.
gonna, he's gonna
I'm an
dodge
atheist.
the
I'm an atheist.
question.
Okay. Anyways.
how often
So
you wash your
He's
hands?
gonna
Amir,
dodge it because they
answer
can't
the
deal
question.
with
Answer the
truth.
question.
No,
They
listen.
can't. They're in
Okay.
the cults.
Answer her
They're
question. If you
brainwashed.
can answer her questions, then I'll answer your
I was
question.
still talking. I got interrupted. No, I'm
No,
not gonna
no, you didn't
listen.
get interrupted.
She's a fucking
She
refugee,
has the
bro. Her
privilege.
status is lower than me.
It's
Like,
Look,
what
called
the fuck does that
IDF
everywhere
mean?
the
privilege.
She's a
Muslim
fucking dhimmi.
goes,
Why the fuck should I answer to
it
her?
becomes a shawina.
Let me
She's a
actually make her
dhimmi.
And they get
co-host.
so triggered.
Yeah, bro. I will ask you a question, and
I'll
then you
make her the
brought in a
co-host so she could
refugee
shut
living
you
in a
up.
bunker to answer on your behalf.
Watch out for the
So
evil eye.
when the Shah shut up,
Watch
when
out
the
for the
Shah said that
evil
women are less than men.
Okay.
eye.
So now I'm a co-host and I like
Oh,
decorum.
now, oh,
I like decorum. Amir, what was your question about Muhammad being a pedophile? Is
Yeah,
that what you
I
wanted
wanna
to ask
know if
him?
Muhammad is a pedophile and how often he
Mashiach, here,
washes his hands.
yeah, here is the question. Do you support pedophilia? Yes or no? I like order, so you can answer yes or no. Do you support
okay.
pedophilia?
So Amir, the Shah,
Yeah, look, the Muslim is unable to
he
speak to a
never went
strong
to Israel.
woman because they have canceled women in their countries. But in this space, I'm going to tell you, I have rules in this space, and you can either answer the question or get the fuck out of the stage, okay? So I'm asking you a yes or no question. Do you support pedophilia?
No, I don't support Israel.
Oh, you don't support pedophilia? I'm not talking about Israel at the moment.
Well, Israel is a safe haven for pedophiles.
Ugh, okay, goodbye.
Look what I posted, Amir. This is the Shah of Iran.
Yeah, you're not gonna talk. Why the fuck I can't? I can remove you from the space. Goodbye. Okay, Amir, I'm sorry if I took away your toy, but you want a toy you can engage with in a conversation. And if he's not answering the question, what he's doing basically is coming here and imposes his rules on you. So making you submit to his rule again, just like Islam is doing. And I'm not gonna let it happen. Okay, that's what they're doing. They come and they want to take over, and you should never let them take over your space.
Yeah, he's a pedophile. That's why.
Yeah, and the thing is, I just wanted to say about specifically about Egypt. Egypt used to have this glorious history, you know, and they had their own language, and they had their own traditions, and they've had the same experience of Muslim conquest, okay, that came and took over and made them speak Arabic by cutting tongues, the same thing that I've been doing all over, including in Iran. Um, so, I think it's so sad to see a country that had this glorious, glorious past. Okay, everybody knows about ancient Egypt, but these people, and this is where I applaud the Iranians that insisted to keep their language. And I understand how important it is by looking at Iranians today that remember who they are, because you have um, poetry and you have history written down and you're able to read it in your own language. They weren't able to take your history away. And this is why, Amir, you remember who you are and you can go back to it. But the Egyptians, like him, are lost. They don't have the means to remember who they were before Islam took over them. You understand? And this is the beauty of the Iranian people, in my opinion. One of the strengths is in your language.
And that's 100%, I agree with it. And that's why we have a lot in common with Israelis and the Jewish people. And that's why they hate us. They hate us. They don't like that. They really don't.
Well, they like to cancel cultures, they like to cancel nations and people and make you forget. This is why, systemically, you see them put their masks on top of other places of worship, okay? Force people to speak their language. This is why, because they try to cancel you to the point you forget who you were, okay, in generation two, three. Um, so as long as people are able to keep their language, and look at the entire northern Africa, they all speak Arabic. They forget their languages. They don't know their history. And this stupid Egyptian, he thinks he's an Arab. He's not an Arab. He's not an Arab. He didn't come from the Arab Peninsula, unless he was one of the ones to conquer the land. But there is a community of Copts, and this community is dwindling. Okay, and that's what they're doing.
You watch the World Cup. When you watch the World Cup, they didn't even they were not even singing the Egyptian national anthem. They were carrying Palestinian flag. What the fuck was wrong with the Egyptians?
So with Egyptians in particular, the Egyptians used to have some political power in the Muslim world, and what they've done is after the Shoah, the Holocaust, after the Shoah, they brought Nazis, literal Nazis, into Egypt, and those Nazis, one of Goebbels, who was the head of propaganda of the Nazis, um, he was the one to write the curricula, okay, for the education system in Egypt, and from there it spread to the entire Muslim world, okay, to Saudi Arabia and all the Muslim world. And um, the Egyptians hold a real hate towards Jews. One of the best sellers in Egypt is actually Mein Kampf, okay, written by Hitler. And Hitler himself, it was like a symbiotic relationship where they fed each other between Islam and Nazism, okay? Because when you understand the name of Mein Kampf, which is my struggle, and then you hear the Muslims talking about their struggle, it's not accidental, okay? There's a lot in there in this history, and it's a history that not that many people know about, but they were feeding on each other. And then when people thought, okay, Europe is now denazified, um, those Nazis thrived in Muslim countries and spread this ideology, and it was feeding each other, Nazism and Islam. I find it really, like amazing where people that were raped into Islam, that forgot their culture, forgot who they were, and then they go as messengers to do the exact same thing to others. They are the ones uh, basically inflicting on others what was done to them. Are you here, Amir?
This is the reason I don't respect Arabs and Muslims anymore, man. It's just they're full of hate. They have no respect for anyone, and they just cause problems. That's it. I think all the Arabs are the same, man. To me, they're all the same.
Well, the thing with Islam is that it has a very clear hierarchy where the Arab Muslim is the top, and then, the Muslim next, and then, the rest of the world is not equal to these according to their laws, okay? And this is actually in laws, it's not in opinions or feelings. Um, and they're making a lot of noise. Um, Amir, are you doing dishes?
No, I'm doing dishes. Yeah, how did you know?
Yeah. But basically, what they do, they come to the West and they try to use our values, our freedoms, the ones that they basically don't believe in, right? They try to use those against us. So I
and
implore
and
everybody to be very, you know, aware of that and don't let it happen. You
no, but
you
see
don't
how they
have to
come in.
respect anyone. I'm not obligated to respect anyone. I'm not obligated on a space to let anyone talk. I'm not obligated to let them, do whatever they want. If they come to my domain, okay, then I have rules. And just like in their Muslim countries, they have very strict rules that are not accepting of anyone else. But then they come to the West and they expect to get what they will never give to you in their domain.
And the thing is, they like to control. They love to control shit.
Because Islam is about domination and
Yes,
submission. Okay?
exactly.
So, yeah.
And they love that. If as that's why he came right away. He wanted to say, oh, like talk about, Muhammad Shah went to Mecca. Who gives a fuck? Every idiot goes to Mecca. Who cares? He went there. It was a politician. He had to do it.
Well, what he's trying to do is basically present the Shah in a very specific light, which, um, the past is the past, and 50 years later, what's happening in Iran is that we see a lot of people leaving Islam after they got like the very bitter, you know, end of Islam, like the most, right? Like the most oppressed you can be under Islam is is what is the Iranian experience in the last 47 years, and people waking up to that and realizing that and actually leaving Islam. So we can talk about the Shah as much as we want, but things have changed um, since that time in the last 47 years. And today is today, and what's happening today, and the will of the people today might be different when they're not under this terrible, horrible regime.
But he also failed to say, all right. So let's say Shah made those statements. All right. He made those statements. All right, which is stupid statement to make. To be very frank, is a stupid statement to make because you have people who are Jewish people in your own country. You don't make statements like that. However, I think one must realize how at that time the Jewish people, the Baha'is, the Christians were living in Iran. And he fails to say that shit. And now look at how every minority lives in Iran. So I did not agree with some of the statements or actions that Shah did. I fucking hated when he shook the hands of the Islamists. I hated the fact that he went to Mecca. I hated the fact that he really didn't kill Khomeini and he sent him to exile in Najaf. All his actions were stupid actions. His alliance with the Hezbollah today with Bazargan was not a good thing. He made mistakes. Nobody says he was perfect, but at that time in his era, he was doing things that he thought it was good things to do. Sometimes you make stupid mistakes because you have bad advisors around you. He had probably bad people around him. However, people are paying for it because of his actions. And of course, the West did not want Iran to succeed. So now look at Middle East. If you look at Middle East right now, the landscape of Middle East, overall Middle East, and if you want to take those young countries into consideration like Jordan, Bahrain, Syria, these are young countries, or Lebanon, like you want to put them all as part of the overall Middle East. In my personal opinion, there are only two countries that have cultural ties, historical ties, and emotional ties, and that's basically Israel and Iran. And that's, I think, the West doesn't want us to be connected and us to succeed because they know the alliance between the Persians and the Jewish people will be a very strong alliance. So I think that's what they're afraid of. Do you know, unapologetic Iranians are very entrepreneurial, like the Jewish people, very entrepreneurial, and they can make shit happen. I mean, even right now, uh, from the science standpoint and technology standpoint, there is so much brain power inside Iran that they have so much contribution. Like when you talk about nanotechnology, biotechnology, there's some university in Iran. There's a university called Sharif University, which is number one in the world in robotic. So the intelligence, the intellectual asset is there. It's just we need to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's a known fact, and we do see, like, Iranians also being very successful in diaspora, right? And yeah, I think, Iran has an amazing future having this regime gone, right? like, it's like those Islamists that they would always try to keep you in 7th century. So once you remove that, I think Iran has a great potential.
I totally agree. I think I think one of the biggest mistakes Iranians have made, and they continue sometimes to make, is not really to understand how they should fight for themselves. I think eventually, if they learn how to do that and kind of understand that, like exactly how the Israelis did, that they have no other friend in that region, they're on their own, they have to be united, and they have to fight together. Even though Iran is a multi-ethnic and is very diverse when it comes to religion, there is that historical and and I would say cultural and I wouldn't say ethnical, but cultural bind that keeps us together. And that's why Iran can never be divided. I know a lot of separatists want, they kind of talk about Baluchistan, Kurdistan. It's never going to happen. I can't promise, this one I can promise you. I know, I cannot promise you when we're going to have democracy, when Iran is going to be free, because that's really not up to us. It's really to the Western world and to the Iranian themselves. But Iran ever become separated or partitioned? Never, because there is that cultural bind, traditional bind that keeps all Iranians together. And that's why Iranians need to cherish that and understand that and protect it, like Israelis did. I think they have to understand they have no friend in that region. And that was one of the biggest mistakes Shah did. Shah trusted his neighbors, and he did not understand who are his enemies. And his biggest enemies was Soviet Union at that time and the Arab countries. So he did not understand that. And if he understood it, that Soviet Union is a big enemy, and the Arab countries don't want the best for Iran, he would have. I think he should have had put a bigger military and stronger military and stronger security apparatus in order to suppress the communists and the leftists. He didn't do it. He compromised. He did a lot of compromising, and he did a lot of. Um, I don't like to use the word because I know my monarchist friend will get upset, but I feel like when it came to suppressing the leftists and the communists, I think he really chickened out. And a lot of Iranians will say, "Oh, because he didn't want to kill people, he didn't want to massacre them." I'm like, why would you kill people? Go fucking kill these guys. Sending, for example, Khomeini to exile was the biggest mistake. He should have just killed the fucker. You cannot send these fuckers to exile. These people are like cockroaches. They're like disease. They grow. They're like cancer. You just have to get rid of the cancer. The tumor you have to get rid of it. Else it
Well,
expands.
you have to get rid of evil. Um, there's, I mean, when the ideology is just so toxic and so dangerous and so evil, you can't let it strive, right? Like, that's something that you can't allow because it's not gonna go away. That's that's a realization that people need to get, to get their mind wrapped around is it's not gonna go away. As long as people hold this ideology, that's what they are, and they're pretty consistent, and I think they're more consistent than anyone else if I compare it to the West. And we see it also in this operation, like when the regime, since the get go, like they had demands for a ceasefire, yada yada, even though, they've been fucked up, um, but they still hold these demands and they go, like, and it's something that we don't understand as Westerners is that they just they continue to be themselves. We are the ones bending over trying to um, tolerate this uh, crazy ideology, but they're not budging. And quite frankly, for me, what when I saw the MOU, I was like, oh my gosh, this is really bad. But I don't trust this will hold, not because America or anything, and trust me, I love America with all my heart, but because I know that terrorists will stay terrorists. They're not changing. They're the same. They have the same demands, the same intentions, the same will, the same ideology, and they're not gonna budge, you know? And if they're not budging, they're gonna do something. They're gonna terrorize because that's their nature. You can't expect them to be anything else than acting on their nature.
See, unapologetic after October 7th, I think Israel realized that they cannot negotiate with terrorists. I think Bibi was the best ever prime minister you guys had for this period, this phase of Israel. I don't think any other prime minister would have handled it well. He did it. He did a great job. He realized you cannot negotiate with terrorists. I mean, he took his time. He took his time. He was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, for example, the guy in Qatar, what was his name? The fat guy, the Hamas guy. I forgot his name.
They're all fat in Qatar.
Yeah,
Well, now they
the
assigned a
Hamasi,
new.
not the
There was elections in Hamas, and Khalil al-Khaya, he was re-elected to be the head of, not re-elected, he was elected to be the head of, um, I don't have the words for that. But anyways, he's gonna be instead of Sinwar, okay, in the same role as Sinwar was. And what is so striking is how people tend to think that, maybe the people are good and they don't want Hamas and they're not Hamas, they're not all Hamas. But here they go. They elected a guy who I'm sure many people here know the clip of that Hamas guy that said right after October 7th, we're going to have October 7th again and again and again. That's the guy they elected to be the replacement of Sinwar. So let me assure everybody his life, his days are numbered. There was a huge target on him, and this target just grew. Okay, he's a huge target, and he's not gonna survive. Um, because we do not forget, and we're gonna, go after any evil like we did for the Nazis. We are eliminating Hamas members that took part on October 7th, and ones that were, actively held hostages. We're eliminating them one by one. I think almost every day I see like another one bites the dust. And many times it's more than just one per day. So, yeah. And that's what Iranians will have to do after, like you don't forget. You have to go after this evil because this evil is not changing. And they're always coming with malicious intentions, and they're a death cult. That's what they are. They're nothing different than that.
The funny thing is, people don't understand. Deep inside, these people just want to kill. That's it. They just want to destroy. They're there to destroy, to kill, and they do hate Israelis. They really do, man. There's no words for it. They do. So
But even in the West, I mean, when you see like what I think you call it black, uh, red alliance or
yes,
something like that.
yeah.
We call it green red alliance.
Hmm.
These two groups, they're focusing. The reason they join hands is not because they share the ideology, is because both of them have the intention of breaking down, not building up, right? Like that's what they are about, is destroying. And that's why they're joining hands. Each one of them think they're gonna prevail over the other group at the end, but their will is to destroy.
Again, this is all. Honestly unapologetic. I always go back to Europe. The hatred of Europe that they have for the Jewish people and the Persians. I'm serious. A lot of people say, why you always combine them two? And I'm not just gonna go because of historical or because the Cyrus the Great saved the Jewish people. I'm actually going back to 1800. The treaties that were signed by the French and the British, how to minimize the power of the Persians. Man, there must be a reason that they don't like Persians. There is a reason for that. And I just
What do you think it is? Because I'm not well versed on what you're talking about.
no.
I lack this knowledge, so maybe you
Yeah.
wanna explain what you're like. What do you
So
mean, and why do you think that is?
so when you talk to a lot of Iranians, especially the monarchists, correct? They love to go back to the Iran's power in 5,000 years ago, the kingdom and stuff. I'm okay with that because we do have a rich historical culture and all that stuff, correct? Because the Persian Empire. But for me, I like to go back to much more recent historical events, and that starts in 1800, the treaties. So there was before Pahlavi dynasty, there was another dynasty called Qajar. Qajar dynasty was really the dumbest dynasty that Iran ever had. And at that time, the Soviets really took advantage of it. The Tsar and the Russians and of course the French and the British took advantage of it. And when the Ottoman Empire fell, they started dividing Middle East and Europe into pieces. And Iran was part of that whole puzzle. So they started making treaties with Iran and taking every piece out of it. And I think it was more about controlling Iran's advancement in that region. Because if you look at Iran, where it's located geographically and geopolitically, it has a lot of importance. To the north, you have Caspian Sea, and to the south, you have Persian Gulf, and it really connects east to the west, that transient between China through Afghanistan and then to Europe. You could actually, if Iran was a like if we had a good leadership in Iran, you actually can connect Caspian Sea to Persian Gulf. We have an area, is a vast area, the desert, which you could cultivate that area. I mean, these are all advantages this country could have offered, but the Brits and the French didn't want that because a strong Iran meant less control of the Europeans over Middle East. And that's the same thing they wanted to do with Israel. If you think about it, I really think
But when you think about geopolitics, okay, it's always interests, right? There is always interests involved. So if they think they can control a rich piece of land and when I'm talking about rich piece of land, I'm talking about all the resources that are in Iran, and we all know that this land is very rich, right? Um, in resources. And so, like the way I see it is, and I don't have the answer for it because I'm not well versed in that history of that region. But I would assume that those countries that used to be, uh, um, what is the word? Um, Colonizers, right? They went into India and in the Middle East later on, and so um, they their thought process. I don't think it's like with the Jews. I think there's hate that is stemmed from our religion, our very identity. Okay, our group of people that keeps to itself and doesn't want to change, and um, in all the blood libels that come with Christianity and or Islam. But then with Iran, I believe, and I'm not sure, so correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm missing something, it's not something that is emotional, but more of like controlling, right? If you have control over the region, and I agree with you 100% that geographically Iran is located in such an important place, right, between the Middle East and the Far East, right? Um, or the Near East and the Far East, and that's a really an amazing real estate, um, including all the resources. So they would think like what we can get from this land, or from controlling this piece of land, and how we can control it.
If you if you look at the 1979 revolution, I always said why the Islamic Republic never says death to France and death to Germany or
I will
even
tell
death to
you why.
Britain. Hmm?
I will tell you why.
Tell me.
First of all, okay, I do believe that it has something to do with values. Okay, Western values are stemmed from Judaism, in what in America we call Judeo-Christian values, right? Which represents the freedom of the people. Okay, it stands for the belief that people were born with freedom of will. Okay, they can make their own choices. They can make good choices and bad choices, but it's on you. You have the option to choose. Um, and this goes in opposition, in the very core of it, to everything that is Muslim. Okay, because in Islam you have zero freedoms. It's a submission. Okay, you don't choose anything. You have to submit. So I believe that Israel and America specifically represent exactly those freedoms. And if you want Islam to spread, you fight those values that go against your religion, that are oppositional to your I don't call it religion usually, but your beliefs, right? Your set of values. Because they have a set of values that we don't consider good values, right? It's like exactly the opposite. So that's why I think they go, they shout against the Jews in Israel, because the Jews are the ones that, in our Torah, it's not the Jews brought it, but our Torah brought that idea of freedom of choice. So they see us the representatives of that.
Unapologetic, you're 100% correct. From a religious standpoint, Islamic Republic does hate Jewish people, even the Baha'is or the Christians, because they represent more humanity. Where Islam, we all know it doesn't. Everybody knows that it doesn't have any tolerance. It doesn't accept anyone. If in Islam you convert from Islam to another religion, is a blasphemy. You're sentenced to death. But that doesn't happen.
Exactly, and look at it even in Iran, when they persecute people, right? Everyday people, ones who went to to they oppose this regime, right? What is what are they persecuting them for? Isn't it like to go against Islam or against Allah? Isn't that the line that they persecute them over in the court?
That's exactly right. The two, you either against the government or the state, that's treason, sentenced by death.
But they don't say you're against the government or the state. They say your actions is against Allah. They don't talk. There is no government and state. There is Allah. There is Islam. No, I mean you can push back, but that's how I see it. When they take those innocent people that just went for to protest, okay? Um, not having enough money to feed their family, the oppressive regime, okay? And they take these people off the street, or even like think about before January 8th and 9th, okay? When they persecute like a woman that her hair is out of the veil, or um, they persecuted them for going against Allah, right? It's not against the state or against, right? I mean, I believe this is like the legal term that they use.
I mean, that's one unapologetic, but they also try to connect a lot of the Iranians to Israel. So they say, "Hey, you're spying for Israel. You're connecting to Israel. You're going against the state because so it's this is what they call it. There is a word for it.
Yeah, for espionage,
Yeah.
espionage.
So
Yeah,
so
yeah. Everybody that acts against the regime
exactly.
is the
So
Mossad.
basically, to your point, anyone who acts against the regime by default, they're acting against God. They're acting against the religion because the regime, they call it the Nizam. The Nizam represents the Shiite ideology that is representing the God and the Prophet and the religion. So anyone who goes against that, and the only way you could go against that is either you are aligned or you're embedded or you're embedding with state of Israel, and that's the number one thing. They don't even say you're working for the Americans. They say, oh, you're working for the Israelis, because just using that, you're sentenced to death. Okay, if you say you're working for America, okay, at least they could negotiate and they can bring you up. You know, there's been always in negotiations with the Americans, correct? But as soon as they say you are a spy for Israel, there is no negotiation, there is no lawyer, there is no court. You're sentenced to death. That's it. Now, what I was trying to bring up at the very beginning, why I said after 1979 revolution, the Islamic Republic clearly identified itself where they stand. They did not say death to France, death to Great Britain. Like their slogans was always death to America and death to Israel. At the beginning, they were saying death to Great Britain, but that stopped after 1983. We would also hear death to Shoravi, which was the Soviet Union, but that also dropped in around 83, 84. They wouldn't say that anymore. Uh, so really, what I was trying to say is that Germany, France, and UK, real,
What happened? What happened that they stopped? What happened? Is it the Iraq-Iran war? When was that? In the
yeah,
80s,
because
right?
UK started doing a lot of investment in Iran. UK started doing investments, and of course the Soviet Soviets started also doing investments. So really, uh, the Islamic,
So it's economical gain,
correct.
yeah, for these countries.
Exactly. But Germany and
So that's why I'm saying when you say, oh, why the European hates us, I think, I don't know, they go around their days with hatred towards the Iranian, but what they see, they're willing to throw the people under the bus if they can find economical gain. And what I'm trying to say is that geopolitics is a very cold game, okay? There is no emotions involved in that, right? I mean, it's very much what I can get.
so let me give you an
And
example why I say this unapologetic. I'm not. I think maybe the word hate is a little bit too generic. Let's kind of use it in an economic terms, to your point, and then more geopolitical terms. In an economic terms, the Islamic Republic of Iran has been economic growth for Europe, has allowed them to come in, like Total France has been able to drill inside Persian Gulf, correct? First time France had hands on in Persian Gulf through Total France. Renault, the shitty automaker, had the biggest footprint in Middle East because of Iran, Islamic Republic. They made the crappiest cars called Peugeot inside Iran, and that's how they actually got a footprint in Syria, Iraq, through making Peugeot and Renault. I mean, Renault is biggest seller in Syria, Iraq, all these countries, and that's through Iran.
So
So
when you say through Iran, because I do know these car makers, are they producing the cars in Iran? Are
correct.
there factories in Iran?
Yes, yeah, oh yeah. Iran
Oh,
is the biggest auto manufacturer in Middle East, one of the
I
biggest.
didn't know that.
Oh yeah, Iran is a big producer. When it comes to factory productions, airplanes and stuff, Iran produces. They do produce a lot. I mean, that's what I'm saying. From manufacturing standpoint, from technology standpoint, from biotech, nanotech, genetics, Iran is very well advanced. Very well advanced. I mean, none of these other countries around the region can compete when it comes to science with Iran, except Israel probably. But other than that, they're very advanced, especially with all the sanction, all the stuff that they put in. They have been able to go around it. However, what I'm trying to kind of get the message across is why I do say they don't like Iran to become an Iran that it can be. It's because
Well, they probably, they just want a piece of it,
not only
right?
piece
If
of it's
you're
control.
producing,
An apology. It's
it,
all about control, correct?
it's
So
control,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, if you can produce, I want to make a cut. I
yes,
want to get money from
yeah.
it. So that's what I'm talking about is a political gain that I think comes back to bite them, right? Because I mean, we all know the influence basically of Qatar and including like this regime in the West, right? So what the West doesn't understand is that basically this regime is waging war on it that is it's like information war and quiet war, okay? It's not kinetic, but it's basically breaking the West from within, and that's what we've been seeing happening in France and in Britain, right? Like for quite a while, and now I think the results are very obvious. Like we see it, like it's not under the surface anymore, and this is what we're starting to be able to see in America as well. Whether it's Qatar or Turkey or Saudi or the regime in Iran, they're funneling money. While they took money from the people in Iran, they invested all this money in destroying Israel, okay, building all these missile cities and trying to get to nuclear bomb, and at the same time also influence the West, right?
And I
Um,
apologize. The hatred for Israel is much deeper than that.
Well,
It's the
the
hatred for the
hatred.
Jewish
That's
people.
why I was correct, Amir.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to understand what you mean. Um, and not because this is some victim of competition or anything like that, but because I don't engage in that, and I don't think I'm a victim at all. I think they hate me for my strength, not for my weakness, right? But like the hatred toward Jews is a historical hatred of the very identity of the Jews and who they are and what they stand for. And it's not. I mean, the regime in Iran is not unique in that hate, right? I mean, we see it from like all around. But what in the region, the regime has been investing actively in building and and specifically for the destruction. Okay, so it build up power um, to be able to create like to destroy Israel. That's what I'm saying, and that's why in the region this regime is considered to be Israel's greatest um, uh, enemy, right? So It's not that we, the Saudis hate us probably as much, but they don't have the capability to do anything with it. And the fear with the regime is that they are building up to get to the point where they can create destruction.
But I totally agree with you. It's not a victim competition, but the thing I want to get to the point also unapologetic. There is a deep inside hate for Persian culture. I mean, the regime hates our culture. The regime
Okay.
hates
So,
the Persian culture. They try to suppress the Persian culture, the
yes,
Persian
in
tradition.
Islam, and this is again, for me, the way I understand it, my point of view, is that Islam cannot coexist or with anyone who's not the same, but specifically with older cultures, okay? Because the Persian culture has such a rich history. You have the poetry. You have kings. You have Cyrus. It's like ancient Egypt. Okay, what we're saying about ancient Egypt. Okay, it's rich. It's ancient. It's full of culture. It's full of identity of who you guys are. And the same I would say about the Hindus in India. And Islam can't have it, okay? They can't have something that is older than themselves because, listen, they're very weak, okay? Everything threatens them. If your culture is that old, that takes away from them in their psyche. It doesn't make sense, okay? I'm trying to explain to you something that doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to people who are insecure. You understand? Um, I mean, listen, for example, if they weren't that afraid of women, they wouldn't have to cancel them, right? Everything that they're afraid of, they want to cancel, okay? So, as long as you have rich, ancient culture, history, you're the enemy of Islam.
So, and the funny thing is that the regime, for almost 47 years, this Islamic regime, for 47 years, tried to suppress the Persian culture. I mean, Persian culture has its own traditions, festivities, its own language, as you mentioned, its own poetry, its own history. But the tradition and the festivities, which I love the most than anything else, uh, it's very unique. It's very unique. That's why I'm saying it has kept the country together, and that's what they're afraid of.
Yes. So, who would want to cancel that? Only somebody who feels threatened by it. Right? I forgot the name of your holiday where you jump over something. I can remember. Um,
That's no
but
Ada no that's Nowruz, which is trying to be.
Nowruz, yes, yes. So, didn't they try to cancel that?
Yes, they've
Why?
been trying that for 47 years.
Yeah,
Yes.
why?
It's because
Why?
they're afraid of that. It has some Zoroastrian meaning, because it's about cleansing, it's about getting rid of evil, it's getting rid of really things that are like bad for your health. And Islam is everything bad for your health. So they're afraid of that. These fuckers are afraid of anything that has
But
tradition.
see, like, even though Iran used to be predominantly Muslim, okay, but more cultural Muslim, right? Like, not fundamentalist, right? In the past, you still celebrated these ancient holidays, right? But when these people came and they wanna, because uh, I don't know how to explain it, but they need to cancel it. They need to make you forget who you are. And then all you're left with is like this Egyptian guy that was here before, thinking you're an Arab, thinking you're forever being a Muslim, thinking. You understand the fact that you know who you are before Islam, who you were, who your people were, your history. That's a huge threat for these people. Why? Because they're weak and insecure.
And because they're weak and insecure, they're losing their own their own war, and the only way they can win it is through bullying, threat, intimidation, and hate. I really think Israel has shown them that the only way you can fight back is be like them, just get rid of them,
No, I
you
don't
know.
agree. We're not like them. We're not
But
like them.
you guys
Because,
fighting back.
yes, we're fighting back, but let me explain. We're not like them. We don't kill them because they're different. We kill whoever comes to kill us. You understand? Like the place where it's coming from, we're not feeling insecure of who we are, that we feel like we need to kill everybody who's different. But if you come to kill me, oh, trust me, I'll get up earlier and kill you. Okay? So this is self defense, and one is ideological driven murdering. You understand? Because Israel doesn't get up in the morning and say, oh, how many people can I kill today because they're not like me or don't hold the same beliefs that I have. No, we don't. We want to be left alone. But if they can't let us be left alone and will keep trying, kill us and come at us and prepare and try again and try again and try again, oh, we're going to be always ready to fight back. So we're not the same. And even though, you described how they killed this Baha'i prime minister, I believe, you said it's with humiliation. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't take joy in like how people are dying or try to humiliate them when they're dying. We do that. We're not the same, not one little bit. But we will remove threat from us.
I actually want to really do exactly what they do to us. I want to do to them. I seriously want to do the same thing to them. What they have done to Iranians, you must be you're probably much nicer than I am and apologetic. But I want to be. I mean, that's one thing I want my Iranian friends to be, my Iranian
So let me
compatriots to be.
advise you something because I know that you're talking from emotions and your country is still occupied and you have all these emotions and I get it. I feel it with you. Um, but never turn to be them because then they won. Then they turned you into them, exactly what they were trying to do for so many years, you know? So I'm not telling you don't persecute the ones who killed you. Don't persecute the one who caused you suffering. No, we went after the Nazis, okay, and persecuted them one by one. And we do that with Hamas, you know? I'm not telling you don't do that. But come
When you say
but
prosecution,
come
are you saying give them voice? I don't want to give them voice.
no, you don't need to give them voice.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No.
I don't want some like I
But
don't want
you
them like
don't need
I
to
know they
slit
say.
throats and you don't need to you understand what I'm saying?
I mean, to be very frank, there are a lot of people the things that have happened to them. They're actually thinking about same type of retribution, same type of vengeance.
I understand that from an emotional point of view, but to protect yourself, you have to hold on to who you are. You understand what I'm saying? It's very, very
I know what you're
fragile and
saying.
it's very I'm not trying to virtue signal here one
I
little bit.
get what your point is.
To the
I know what you're saying.
contrary,
Yes.
because what they've been trying to do is make you to be like them for so many years. And if they succeed, even with you retaliating, that you become like them, they succeeded. Don't give it to them. Don't. Don't
You're
ever
bringing a good
become like
point.
them.
You're bringing up a very good point. And but like some people were saying, oh, we need to have trials. I'm like, no, we don't need trials for these people. I mean, for maybe the lower level, maybe, but the ones who made decisions, the one who carried out executions, the one who signed the death sentence of so many kids. Wow, there is no reason to hear them out. Uh, it's just that's the problem. Unapologetic. We gave them voices. This is
Well,
what
they
happened
took
to us.
voices. They took it. They took it forcefully. And what I'm
Correct.
saying, no, you don't need to listen to them. You don't need to stage them. You don't need to do anything. But you don't need to become them. You understand? Uh, yeah. Don't give them that pleasure. Always be, and again, I hate virtue signaling. It's one thing that I can't stand one little bit when people try to preach me morality. um but if you but then people confuse morality altogether. What I'm trying to say is these people tried to turn you into them and don't give it to them in the very
No, I
last
know.
minute.
I agree with you to that point because you're right. We don't want to be barbaric or primitive or savages like they are. We're not backwards,
Yeah, and
but at
I
the
don't
same,
think that you're capable of that, at the same time. I mean, yes, they can create a monster, but don't let them turn you into the monster that they are. You know what I mean? And I totally with you with the emotions. Oh, trust me, I'm so with you. Uh, so again, I really am not trying to talk virtue signaling to you at all. Like I don't. I understand what you're saying. I understand what where it's coming from. I'm just like trying to protect you.
it's funny you say this because when Iran, I mean the Islamic Republic, was playing Belgium um, World Cup, the SoFi Stadium, I was there, and it was so funny because I'm actually really good at controlling my emotions. To be very frank, you might not accept it, but when I saw these motherfuckers with that Islamic Republic flag, I just wanted to tear them apart. I'm serious. It was just that something that comes out of you, that rage, that hatred.
But you
Uh,
understand that you're still occupied by them, and so the rage is even bigger, right?
that's
uh,
correct. And then
because you're still in this like in this oppressive situation.
they were
But once you
parading.
break free from that, you're gonna be in a position of power that they're gonna be a dirt. They're dirt for you.
And then when they were parading that Islamic flag, the occupying flag, there was one lady I saw. She was probably half my size, an Iranian woman. She ran towards one of the guys, and I actually think she tackled him on the ground. And I was laughing, and I could see. I said the power of people, and it's just people have so much anger in them that if this regime gets toppled, it's just I don't know if these people can even survive in the country. Uh,
Let me
so
tell you, when this is why I'm saying it also is when this regime gets toppled, the most energy needs to be building and repairing and healing. And then you understand, so you don't want to hurt yourself is what I'm trying to say in the
but
process
see,
of like
unapologetic.
and then still retaliate. Yes, I'm
Okay,
not saying
correct.
no. Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
you don't let
healing
these
comes
evil go.
correct. Healing comes with justice. Correct. Justice
That
has to be
too.
served.
Yes, yes.
So because you look at what happened to South Africa, look at what they what is it like Mandela said, oh, let's do healing and healing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then
I'm
he
not
let
talking about that. Listen,
but
I'm
look at
not
the
a
Africans, they
hooju
fucked it
booju
up.
person that is like crystals and shit.
Exactly, they
What I'm
fucked it up.
talking about is
Yes.
like you can't let them break you even more. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. No, you don't let them slide. You don't let them go. you remember and you persecute them. uh, but at the same time, if you put all your energy towards destroying them, then like you don't see what's gonna be behind you, which is your family, who you really need to take care of. And I'm talking in big scale, okay? So I'm talking in metaphor. Think about your people, like uniting the people, building up, how, because this can be a huge source of strength for a people to come from the ashes, like to grow from the ashes. It's very uniting and very, it has um, qualities that, I mean, you can get from it, that is just like, it's very unique opportunity to rebuild. There's a lot of strength there. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh, be merciful to them, or no, not one little bit. No, you're not being merciful. Don't turn into them, but don't be merciful at all. I don't believe in being merciful to evil. That's evil, to be merciful to evil.
And and these guys, honestly, unapologetic. These people are so evil that if you're nice to them, or like, I mean, I don't want to use the word nice. If you try to make sense out of what they have done, like if they want to come back and say, "Hey, I need a trial. I need to have my time to say things why I did this," I think it's waste of public resources and money, because these people are deep inside evil. They've been brainwashed. They are. I don't believe they can't. What's the best word to use? Get rehabilitated. I don't think that's gonna happen. Not with these people. It's just because deep inside they have so much hatred in themselves that they will, anytime they get a chance, they will kill again. Um, and I don't want them get a chance to go back to the public again or to the society.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just we just wait for the day that Iran is free, and I think it will happen. I don't know how
I
long,
believe you.
but I think
Yeah,
it's gonna happen, and it
yeah.
will
Because
happen.
I just hope Trump doesn't go again into that
But
negotiation mode.
don't be afraid of that, because even if he does, remember, I trust the terrorists to be terrorists. you know
Exactly.
so he
They
will
want to fuck
always
up
pull
again.
them. They
Yeah.
will always pull him in, because
Yes.
they can't help themselves.
They can't.
Yeah,
No,
it's
they
like that
can't.
story with Scorpio. It will
Yeah.
sting you because it can't help. That's the nature, and they're exactly like that Scorpio. It, they can't help it. They'll have to do that because they're terrorists.
Deep inside and again, that's why they can never become better. Deep inside, they're terrorists. They're born to be terrorists. They're trained to be terrorists. They're
Yeah.
there to.
I was
Yeah.
bummed. I was really bummed with this MOU, and I go between M, M yeah, MOU, and I go between. Is there deep understanding in the um, administration to what we're facing? I don't know. Like it takes a lot of learning to understand the psyche, because it's so unfamiliar to Western minds, right? And so my mind is always concerned with, like, who's the leader that really gets it? Who really gets it? And I don't think anybody really gets it, but I was so, bummed with that. But really, that's the thought that you know made me feel better. Is like, okay, they'll have to fuck it up. They will fuck it up. I know it. I know terrorists. I know how they work. They have to fuck it up. They never hold. their side of the agreement. Never, ever, ever.
And and apologetic, you're so correct, because at the end of the day, they just don't know how to behave. They're like,
Well, they have
so,
no integrity, right? I mean, you're talking terrorists. They'll never have integrity. And that gap in like cultural or psychological gap between the West and those people um, is one that is hard to bridge and make people understand in the West. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. You like you can't. You understand? Like you can go back. Once you learn about it, educate yourself thoroughly, understand the psyche, you can't unsee it. And so, um, I think they'll be forcing their way out eventually. Like because they can't help it. I mean, listen. Don't be upset that I say it because I don't mean it in favor of the regime, okay? But they could have done differently and stay in power, okay? But they're terrorists.
you're right. Yeah, and they
Yes.
can't help it, especially now, because and apologize, they're so humiliated. They're so humiliated. They just don't want to lose face. And since they don't want to lose face, they do stupid things. So you're right. They could have stayed smart. They could have stayed out. They could have planned it. They could have negotiated. They could have behaved. And as you said, they could have just not done stupid things. So it is. So basically, what you're saying is it's in our favor that they're staying truthful to their terrorism, to their
Well,
true
in this
terrorism.
situation, when this administration is trying to get a deal and get a deal and get a deal and not understanding that these people will never hold their side in the deal. So yeah, I mean, they'll prove them once and again who they are because that's their nature. That's who they are. They can't be different.
And and the thing is, it's interesting. You look at Trump's administration, and it's so diverse, his administration. Yeah, you have like J.D. Vance, Kushner, Witkoff, and I don't know which one of them really pushes for that MOU or deal. I think it's probably J.D. Vance and Witkoff. I don't know.
But you understand, it doesn't matter. You
Uh-huh,
understand that once again,
uh-huh.
it's money that's at play. Who do you think, in my opinion, who do you think wrote this MOU?
I think probably J.D. Vance.
No, I don't think so. You know who I think wrote it?
uh
Qatar.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. That's my
Possible.
opinion.
Omani and the Qataris.
And I was calling it the MOQ.
Emo-
And yeah,
That's
that's how I was
I like
calling
that.
it.
Yes,
And listen, there's a shared gas site between Iran and Qatar, correct?
that's
This
correct.
gas field is giving Qatar so much cash. Um, they've been selling this gas before they took it out to Europe. Qatar today are the most fluid wallet that the West is so stupid to borrow from. Okay? And we all know these countries, they're double faced, Amir. Listen, Qatar is so afraid, and the West is buying into that because they need that money, that cash advances. So they're so afraid about this gas field, and that's why the regime, I think it hit part of it, right? And then there was like, no, 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 stop, 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 right? Listen, you can trust the Gulf countries, You can't, those are dirty players. You have to understand, even though they're getting hit by missiles, they, under the table, under the surface, they're dealing with Iran. Okay? They have different um, interests in regards to Iran. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And they made so much money out of Iran.
Yes, and more than that, let me tell you, there is difference in interests between Israel and America in terms of Iran. You understand what I'm saying? When I was saying this at the beginning, people hated it. They didn't want to hear me, but I think uh, I think America not necessarily wants to see this regime go. You know, they're willing to say, "Oh, we changed the regime because Khamenei is dead." But for Israel, they have a lot more interest in seeing the regime change, and this is because, and remember that geopolitics is cold, okay? It's not emotional. It's interests. But for Israel, because of the geographical proximity and the threat and the ideology, we would like to have a friend, right, in the region. For America, it's a little different. I don't think they
I agree.
don't want a regime change, but
Hmm.
they're not going to actively uh, work for this with putting this as a goal. I mean, Israel, it's not a declared goal either, right? But underneath the surface, I think it's different. Nobody wants to put a goal that it doesn't know that it can reach, right? Because that would mean we lost the war if you didn't reach your goals. There's a lot of like components to this. When you talk
I
about
agree.
it without emotions, okay? When you take the emotions, and it's hard to take the emotions out because you're in the situation. But if you want to understand really what's going on and who's against who and and whose interest is what, that's what you need to do. You need to think like a businessman, right? Making cold decisions that are based on interests and gains.
But with terrorists, you cannot make decisions unapologetic. They're terrorists, man.
Well, you can't make deals. You can't make deals because they're not gonna hold their side of the deal. I mean, look in Israel, like Israel tried to have deals with the Arabs, the ones that call themselves Palestinians. They don't hold their side of the deal. They don't. They just want to kill. So they're terrorists. They'll forever be the same. It's their
Because
nature.
they're dishonest. They're dishonest people.
Because it's their
They're very
nature.
dishonest.
It's their nature. It
They
became
lie.
from their ideology, it became their nature. They can't help it.
Have you ever made actual business with them? Not. I'm just truthfully. Have you ever dealt with an Arab, doing business with an Arab?
Well, growing up, um, and before Oslo, okay, we did have people come in to work. I grew up in a small town where some of the people were working in agriculture, and they would come and work in the fields. Um, and then occasionally, you know, like there would be people that my family knew better than others, and then they will hire them, for example, to help with the lawn or things like that. So yes, I know some by name. I know them. Yeah, but they're not to be trusted, ever. I think I told you that I was supposed to be killed, me and my family, but it was like the plane was foiled, and it was by those people who came into our small town to work. So you provide them work, and they want to kill you. And the exact same thing happened in the kibbutzim on October 7th, because these people, some of them, Israel gave them work permits where they can come into Israel, work, and go home. Um, uh, Thinking that if they can buy food, they can buy that, they maybe be better, you know. Um, but they took the opportunity of working, and they drew maps and mapped the entire kibbutzim, those small town communities, and how many people live in every house, do they have a dog or don't have a dog, like all that. They came with maps. They would come into a house and say, where is your daughter? Like they see 3 kids, and where is the daughter? They knew where they're going. They knew who they're gonna see there. They knew who they're looking for. Like how many people in each family. They're traitors. They're always try to stab you in the back. You're gonna help them, and they're gonna stab you.
No, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's why I never trust an Arab,
This is why
a Muslim.
you're not merciful to the evil ever, because then you become evil to the merciful. You understand? Then
I'm
you're evil
agreeing
to
with
your
you.
own
That's what I'm telling
people.
you. I don't have any mercy for them. I don't fucking deal with Arabs. I hate them.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're Christians or
I don't
Muslims.
I
I don't.
don't hate I don't hate anybody, because I don't want to give them all that energy. It comes with a lot of energy to hate somebody. I don't hate them. I just don't want them near me. That's my stance. Like, you want to kill each other, go for it. Do it. Away from me. Okay? Don't come near me. Is what I want.
If you don't show that you are in control, they'll control you. You know what I mean?
Yes, and this is exactly the game in the Middle East. You can show weakness, okay? If you want to survive, you have to be strong. Because once you're weak, they're coming at you.
And I think my defense system is, I think, I don't know if it's yours. Mine is, if I hate them, I fucking want to kill them. That means I'm in control.
I don't want to kill them, because, again, like, I don't want to. I mean, yes, kill every Hamas member that, hurt my people. Um, but, I just want them removed. I want them out of there. I don't care what happens to them. I just want them gone. I want them not near me.
But unapologetic. See, again, how are you gonna get them gone? It's by hating them and removing them and destroying them. Correct? It's not by asking
Well,
them to go.
let me tell
They're
you,
not gonna go.
people like to use like ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing. Listen,
I don't care.
ethnic cleansing is not a
I really
bad
don't.
word. It happened between Turkey and Greece. They were exchanging
Sometimes
population.
it has to
It
happen.
happened in
Some too.
so many wars where population was moved. I don't think it's a bad word. I don't think it's a bad action. I think actually for these people, maybe it will be better if they are
But
removed.
can I ask a question? When you say ethnic cleansing, Palestinians are not even an ethnicity.
No,
That's
they're
the
not.
thing.
They're not.
They're a group of people who are menace and they're
They
criminals.
are, okay, so what they are is basically the entire identity is oppositional. It's not standalone. Without Israel, they're not an identity. You understand? Um, it's oppositional to the existence of Israel. And so, if that's their role in the Muslim world, the entire Muslim world has used them as a placeholder to torment Israel, okay? To eventually destroy Israel, then they should not be next to us. And I think that You know, the fact that no Muslim country opened its door to those poor, innocent Palestinians that they were talking about the entirety of the war with Gaza, but they wouldn't take them in. They would not. Okay? That shows the hypocrisy. Why? Because they use them as a tool in the most cynical way. Um, you know, and I think whoever can't recognize it and see it is a fool, is blind, or just fed with propaganda. I mean, if Saudi thinks that these people are innocent, take them in, save them. No? I mean, that's what Jews would do for Jews. That's what we've been doing. You know, we save our people. But they don't, because they use them in the most cynical way.
I don't think Jordan wants them. I
No,
don't think Iraq wants them. I
nobody.
don't think Saudi Arabia wants them.
Not
Even Qatar
Kuwait,
doesn't want them.
not Qatar. Qatar built last FIFA, right? Like, it,
Egypt doesn't want
not
them.
Egypt,
Nobody wants them.
no.
Hey,
But
Nobody.
Tari.
hold on, right? Last FIFA, Qatar built like an entire city for the FIFA thing.
Uh-huh.
Why can't they take them and put them there? They have
Oh,
everything, all the infrastructure is ready.
yeah, yeah. They don't want them.
I know.
Everywhere they go, they're a menace. Look at what happened in Jordan. Look
In
at what happened in
in
Egypt.
Kuwait,
Look at what happened. Hmm.
in Kuwait,
They're,
yeah,
yeah,
everywhere,
they're,
everywhere.
yeah.
In Lebanon,
Yes, the
everywhere.
Lebanese doesn't like. They don't like them even. Even the
Lebanese
Lebanese.
Lebanese had them in '82. They don't want the PLO in Lebanon again. Lebanese people were Christian people. They were Christian
Yes.
people.
Actually, I learned that today, Tari. So I did not know they had such a high Christian population.
Well,
It was
Lebanon
a
was
Christian.
supposed to be the safe haven of Christians in the region, the only Christian nation. And look what
Oh,
happened.
that's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the yeah, hi,
Hi,
Hello.
unapologetic.
Sam.
Yeah.
Hi, Amir. Yeah, and the Lebanese fucked themselves because you see, they made this grave mistake that they thought they could become Arabs first and Christians later, and it really, really, really fucked them in the ass. Like now,
You
their
think the
They were
country
Lebanese
is.
did that,
Christians
or you think
before. What are you
Lebanese did
talking
that, or
about?
PLO did it? I think PLO did it. Yasser Arafat did it.
But Lebanese
Look, look,
invited them
look.
in. They let them in.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
See,
yes.
see, this is look, man. Like this is my personal understanding. I know other people may have, different interpretation, but when a region is fucked up, some blame should lay on the people as well in some form. Because look, because people make mistakes. The Lebanese made this very grave mistakes when they chose to, go with the Arab identity
Are
first rather
you
than
from
their Christian
Pakistan or
identity.
India? Are you from
I'm
Pakistan?
from India. I'm from India, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Great. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a Hindu. So don't worry. I'm on your team.
No, Sam is a
And
great. He's great.
yeah, so
Great.
like,
Great.
and all people are responsible for it. Like I'm from India. I blame the Hindus for a lot of the travails that they have faced themselves at the hands of Muslims. Of course, the Muslims are the instigators, and they will always be blamed. Primarily because you don't need to rape, kill, and murder people. So like, yeah, they will be blamed for it. But like you guys were talking that a lot of Palestinians used to work in Israel, and they became informants, and they plotted out where the people are, who the family members are, and everything like that. And so I don't mean to offend any Israeli or Jewish person when I say this, but when I read this at first, after October 7th, I couldn't believe it. Like it was like such a retard thing to do, and it does not even, like, if you think like,
Let me
Israel
tell
is
you,
a very.
Sam. Sam,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna say something, and you're gonna have to work your imagination too. Okay?
yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah,
trust you that you maybe be able to. So those people who would come into Israel, it wasn't the only goal to let them work. Okay?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when for many, like I believe, for a long time there was uh, when okay, so yeah, hopefully you understand me. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
Israel
I
also got
understand.
some things from them coming in,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
that
No,
were
no, yeah.
vital in
Yes,
preventing
yes.
other things.
I understand that, and the Indians did as well. Like, if you ever read about the Kashmir insurgency in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, so we sort of did something similar with the Kashmiri Muslims of Pakistan occupied Kashmir and Indian Kashmir. So, like, yeah. So
Are
I
you
understand what you
Kashmir?
are saying.
Are you
Sorry.
Kashmir? Are you Kashmir?
No, no, no. I'm not from Kashmir. I actually live near Delhi. So, but like, yeah, but we have had this situation of insurgency in Kashmir for a very long time. It has ended now. Like, of course, like, terrorism still sometimes happens in Kashmir, but the insurgency is effectively gone. So, like, I get that. So, yeah.
I did I tell you, Sam, that I was in Kashmir?
You have told me about being in India, but I don't remember if you told me about Kashmir.
Yeah, I was in Kashmir.
When was it? Like in the 2000s or the 90s?
Yeah, no, let me tell you, probably 2005.
Yeah, that was like that was after that the insurgency sort of started to wind down, but in 2005 it was kind of hairy there. Like it wasn't. I would say I would not
Yeah,
recommend people go there. During that time.
yeah, yeah. There was a warning. It wasn't recommended to go, but I went. I was, yeah, I was traveling there on an Enfield with a friend. All through the way, when approaching, I believe it's called Srinagar, the uh,
Yeah,
lake, if I'm
Srinagar.
not
Yes,
yes,
yes, yes,
yes.
Srinagar. Yes.
So we were staying in those houseboats, right, like on the lake, and it's mostly Muslims, and I saw there how they treat Hindus, and I was like, what the hell? What's going on here? And I started asking questions and learning more about it, and like, because I was completely oblivious, but they were so mean to the Hindus, like tourists, right, that would come there.
Yeah, yeah, they are still like that. Have you seen the Kashmir Files, the movie?
No, I have not. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll
like
watch it.
yeah, yeah, I would highly recommend that, to everyone, like to understand like how the Muslims actually are, like they like it's like it's
Are,
almost like, of
are
course
you
it's
Muslim? Are you Muslim?
No, no,
no
Sam
man,
is a
I
Hindu.
told you I'm a Hindu.
No,
Yeah,
I'm asking.
you
Are you
look at
Muslim?
his profile picture. He has in there.
I know.
Like you can,
I
yeah, you
see your
can.
profile picture. I'm saying, are you Muslim? Are you Muslim?
No, he's Hindu.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Yeah, you can go and check my profile, man, if you have any doubts. So like what I was saying. So yeah, yeah. So that's how they are. And even today, you will find this animosity amongst the Kashmiri Muslims. Even today, they don't like Hindus, at all. But they have come to understand that the Indian state apparatus will never let Kashmir go and join them in Pakistan in a like a like Pakistani or like Islamist, state. Like they will never let it become that. And a lot of Kashmiris died. Like so the during the insurgencies, like a lot of military personnel died. A lot of local Kashmiri Muslim population died who was sympathetic to the terrorists, and the terrorists themselves died as well. So they have come to understand that they cannot rest political control away from the government of India, so they kind of have to stay here. And the government of India has also given them a lot of alternatives, trying to build them economically, like help them out, like giving them, a little bit of special consideration. So like they have seen that, it is wiser to stay with India, but at heart they really hate the Hindus, like they still want the Kashmir, like where they live in, to be Muslim majority, and like they will only allow Muslims to come and settle there. Like if Hindus start coming in and settling there, then they start to create problems once again. So like they at heart they still have that like that animosity for Hindus. So that hasn't gone away, but they have widened up that they will not get their own state and they will not get to join Pakistan. Like a lot of them will
Yeah,
get killed.
yeah. Fair enough. Where do you settle in the United States? Where do you live?
Sam lives
I'm
in
not from the
India.
US, man. I'm from India. I'm actually on a ship right now, like I'm sailing to Panama. But I'm from India and I live near Delhi.
Where do your people settle in the United States?
Tagi is not in the
No,
United States. His family is in India. He's an Indian.
yeah, I live in India. My family is in India. Ethnically speaking, I'm from like the Himalayas, like my family originally is from there, but we settled near Delhi. So like yeah, that's where I'm from, man. That's where my family is. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Peace be with you. If you say so.
I mean, what do you mean if I say so? I like yeah, then that's where I am from.
I think you know people in America. I think you know a lot of people in America. I'm just saying, like, where are your people in America? Like, where do they live?
I don't have any relatives, like maybe a couple of distant relatives that are living in America, but I don't know where they are living, I'm not in touch with them, but like it's like very few of my extended family is abroad. Most of us live in India only.
Okay,
So yeah.
very good. Very good. Enjoy. Enjoy.
Amir, did you fall asleep?
Oh, I'm here. I'm listening to you guys. I'm trying to be a listener today. The last minutes.
I'm sorry about that, Amir.
That's
I'm
okay.
very skeptical about Afghanis. Haley Ziad.
You have an Afghani friend now?
Nah, I don't. I don't have any Afghani friends.
Nemat could be
But
your friend. Nemat. You know
uh,
Nemat?
Where is he? I haven't seen him in so long.
he's busy auctioning himself.
I
He's a
can't. I can't even with these.
he's a gay Hamas supporter. Can't believe the guy is a Hamas supporter.
Nah, he's not. He's a. What is it called? It's like It's
He's a Hamas supporter.
home.
No,
Homo.
he's a Hamas
Or
supporter. He 100% says he's a Hamas supporter.
yeah. It's very bizarre.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah.
but he also believes in monarchy in Afghanistan. He
Not
thinks
that he's
he does think Israel committed genocide. So
he Israel committed genocide, and he's also a Pahlevist.
yeah,
It's
he's a
very
gay, he's a
bizarre.
confused gay motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a very bizarre thing.
He is confused.
Altogether. Yeah.
Oh, that's what happens when you become gay. You become confused. That fucker. Ah, fuck.
Guys, I'm gonna say
All
goodnight. It's
right.
becoming
Thanks,
late and I'm
unapologetic.
so, yeah, thank
It
you.
was good
Thank
talk.
you. And just so you know, this Egyptian guy that was here, is one of the
Is
worst. I
he?
mean, don't,
I
yeah, I
agree.
mean, you have to roll him with a whip,
You did a good
I
job.
okay?
agree. I agree.
You
Thank
did a
you.
fantastic job. I think
You
you
did
bitch
good.
slapped
I already slapped him earlier today, to be
him.
honest, so he came for
Oh, he
more.
did. Oh, he likes it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, you know, like they, yeah.
Fucking perverts. These fuckers are perverts, man. You did a good job. All right. All right.
Thanks. All
Take it
right.
easy.
Good night,
Bye.
guys.
Night.
Bye bye.
Good night. Bye bye.
So, Sam, tell us a little bit about Muslims in India, man. What is India gonna do with them?
Sam, let's go. Do it.
I mean, like, of course, Muslims, like anywhere in the world, they are treacherous. You can give them whatever they want and they'll still want more. They do not want to live in harmony. They always want to subjugate you and they want, religious supremacy for themselves. So, like, yes, there is that aspect to it. And I would say a great majority of them, like, not all of them, but a great majority of them are very much, anti Hindu and anti India at core. But, like, yeah, it's, and so far we have, we are in a democracy. So we can't, straight up eliminate them. But we have been able to politically isolate them, like in the past 12 years, since Modi came to power, we have sort of made their voting block redundant, because like Hindu, like a lot of Hindu consolidation has happened over the past 12 years. Of course there are still a lot of Hindus who don't vote for Modi and for his party, but a great number of Hindus actually do, so, like, yeah, so
But
that's
Sam, you know what
at
confuses me about Modi? His connection with Islamic Republic, man.
no,
He
but
has not denounced. See, this is the thing.
yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
tell me.
but the see, the problem with Islamic Republic is, look, you need to see our relationship with other countries in terms of interest. Like, why is it that we engage with them? And 99.99% of the time, it is never because of any ideological reasons. Yes, there
Doesn't
may be,
matter, man. Is that's the same? That's the same shit Europeans say. That's the
yes,
fucking thing
of course,
Europeans say.
yes, yes, absolutely,
So,
they
man, I mean,
say
you
that.
have to have principles, my friend. We see, this is the thing.
Yeah, of course. Everybody has principles, man. Like, but all right. So here
So
it
this
is,
is
right?
a, this is
You
a
no, no,
conversation
wait.
I had with a fucking
Principles are
British
really
guy.
the
Yeah,
heart of
then
what
let me speak as well if
Okay,
you
go ahead.
want me. Yeah.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
you are right, absolutely right. You are talking about principles. Then I don't know if you are a monarchist, man, but like
No, I'm
a
not a
lot of
monarchist.
monarch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of I've talked to monarchist people that
the
they.
number one thing I want to
I'm
just
giving you
like
an example.
hold
So
up, shut
just
the fuck up. I want to make clear the number one thing that people say when they cry hard, when they start shedding tears, is they say people are monarchists. That's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. As an
I'm
American, you say everyone's a monarchist if they
I
don't
did.
believe in the Islamic Republic. That is the funniest fucking shit I've ever heard. Go ahead.
All right, are you done? So like, yeah, so this is what I'm saying, man. You're talking about principles here, right? So like, it will sound very very ironic, but India has benefited from the Islamic Republic's rule in Iran, because before 1979 Iran used to be very, very much in the American camp, very much, pro Pakistan, so they used to help them out all the time. And after 1979, when the Islamic Republic happened, they basically isolated themselves in the region. They basically became everyone's enemy, and all the pig-headedness that did in the region. And because of that, like a lot of our interest in Iran is, we try to keep Pakistan isolated. So we kind of engage with the Islamic Republic because of that. Like one of the reasons is to isolate Pakistan, and the second is we want to go to Central Asia. Since we are locked out of that region, like in our northern borders, like it is very contested there, so we can't go directly through our border. So we kind of use Iran as a land bridge to Central Asia. So like these two are the major reasons we deal with them. Other than that, there is no like major interest
But how
that
that
has
doesn't that
aligned
really
between.
politically okay? So let's just talk about that then. I and this is the that's what a lot of people say. Amir, Hindus are on our side. They're not. I'll tell you why they're not. Uh, India, Modi, especially through Modi and the Hindu nationalists, they 100% supported the Islamic Republic.
No, so this is where you are wrong. So I live in my country, man.
Correct.
So I would rather appreciate that I say
Tell
this
me, no,
part.
tell me, but I mean,
Like yeah,
I'm talking more from the see, I'm talking more from the United Nation. I'm talking more from the time when Modi never denounced the murder and killing of the Iranian people. A lot of Iranian actually went to India and asked Indian government to denounce the Islamic Republic, and India didn't do it. Indian
yeah,
embassy.
and no, no. So wait. So how many times do you think the terrorists that kill our people here in India they
So,
are denounced
so,
by the Western
That's
world?
no,
so
but
say how you're
No,
different.
no,
How are
no,
you different?
Sam,
absolutely not. No,
How are
Islamic
this
you
this can't
different?
be
Iranians.
a two. No, this can't be a
Guys, let
two-way
me,
street, man.
Sam, Sam.
Like a lot of time, it happens that when terrorists kill our people, they are told that it is some sort of militant or
Who says
gunman.
that?
Like
Who
it is
said that?
almost.
Who?
Then
Who?
Do
Who
you
said
really
that?
want me to go
it's
there,
different.
man? Do you
Yes,
actually want me to
Answer
go there?
his
Oh,
yes,
question.
believe
yes.
me, when
Answer his
last year when
question.
Pahalgam happened, yes, yes, I'm going there. When last year when Pahalgam happened, I don't have those
Who? Which country?
those
Tell me
tweets
which
at
country.
hand right now. Every fucking Western country. Are
Okay,
you
I'm saying also
serious
fucking
about
Western
that?
countries. I also said
Yeah,
fucking
of
Western
course.
countries.
Every
And I also
fucking
said
Western
fucking
country
Indian
did that, and
government. I said both of
yeah,
them. I'll say this is the thing: Western countries, UK, France, Spain, Germany, they
even the
betray.
United States, man.
Answer
Like
his
And
it's
fucking
like
at this
yeah.
point, at
question.
this point, at this point, Iranian people have to accept United States for what it's doing to help us. But I'm talking about our neighbor India, which has a great relationship with the Iranian people. India has
Yes, it
bet.
has.
No,
And
no,
if
not anymore, my friend. I listen
no,
to
no,
me,
no. See,
Sam.
this,
Answer the
this
Sam,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
tell you this,
This is a
Sam.
problem. Yeah,
Sam,
yeah.
I have a
Are
big
you
hate.
talking
I have a big
governmental
hatred.
relations
I
or
have a
are you
big
talking about
hatred with
people to
India.
people?
I have a
No, no.
big
Are you
hatred when
talking?
it comes to politics. I think you guys are
It's
cowards.
com
I think you guys
it's
are
it's
cowards.
it's it's
You guys are
completely fine. You
cowards.
can no,
You
no, no.
guys are
You can hate
cowards.
us. Yes, yes. You can
You guys
believe
are
whatever you
cowards.
want.
When it comes to politics,
You can believe whatever you want.
it's
So
not about believing,
yeah,
it's actions, reality.
It's about
let me
reality. You guys
speak,
are
man.
cowards. Answer the fucking
Let me
question.
speak.
I mean, the
Yeah. So
Answer
you
Israelis
the
have
might love you
you
question.
guys,
have
but
said
I,
your
as
piece, right? You have
Iranian
said that
people,
we
we
are
hate you guys.
cowardly. No, no, wait. You have said your piece, right? You have said that I'm cowardly. Fine, you can believe that. I don't have any issues with it. So when the
You
protests in
literally are a
Iran were happening,
coward. Answer the question.
do you want to listen to what I have to say or not? If you don't, if you want to shout me down, then tell me,
Yes,
man. Then
answer the
there's no
question. Answer the question.
What I'm
which question.
what I'm asking you, Sam, you didn't answer my question. You came back with emotions and passion. Why don't you agree that your government made a huge mistake not standing with the Iranian people? Why don't you want to admit that? Why are
Why
you trying
would
to
we?
defend a Hindu government that stood with Islamic Republic?
Why won't I? And see, this is another
So
thing. I
you
don't
standing with
know.
Islamic
I'm
Republic?
no,
Are
no,
you
wait,
standing with
wait.
Islamic
I
Republic?
do not. I do not stand with the Islamic Republic in any
Yes,
way,
you
shape, or. Oh,
do.
all
Yes,
right.
you
So
do.
see,
Then
this
you're
is
not
the
you're not
problem with
able to.
you.
Then why are you not able to?
I am able to say no. I'm not going to say the exact words that you want me to say because I don't
You're a
believe them.
coward.
I
Then
told
you're
you.
why you're a coward.
Absolutely.
It's a coward. This
My
is a form
God,
of cowardness.
you
You're
are living in the
definitely a
United
coward.
States. Why did
You're
you
a
not go
coward.
and get
You're
yourself
a
slaughtered
coward.
by the Islamic regime?
Dude, I'm asking you a question. Why are you mixing the?
I'm also asking you a question. Why
So
should I die for
listen.
you? Why should I get burned
Why
for
you then
you?
don't
You
don't
should go
shut
and
then
get
don't
your own
fucking
You're
come.
freedom.
Don't
answering a
fucking come
question
and
with a
tell us.
question.
Don't fucking come and tell us
I'm
you're
not
standing
coming
with the
and telling
Iranian
you
people.
anything. I'm not
Don't come. You
coming at
stand with the
you and
Iranian
telling you
people.
anything. I
Pathetic.
am
Then
not
don't
coming
say
and telling you
don't
anything at
listen to
all.
me. I
No,
know
you are
Hindus. You guys are
accusing me of
cowards.
something
I
that
mean,
no,
Hindus are
and you guys
cowards.
are coward
They're
too.
like a fucking
At least
Muslim. They're
I'm in
no
my
different than
country,
Muslims. They're
and you are
rapists.
also Muslim.
Hindus are
You
like
are also
fucking
rapist.
Muslims. They're
You are a
rapists.
pedophile. Yes,
They're
you are a
cowards.
coward. Yes,
They're
go
cowards.
suck the white man's dick. That's what you were born to do. That's all you will ever
What the
do.
see?
That's
What?
why you are in the United
The
States.
funny thing is,
That's why you are an
Israelis
American.
believe you guys
You
are
want other
fucking.
people
I
to die
believe you
for
guys
you.
are fucking
And
That's the
cowards.
only
coward.
thing you will
Sam,
ever do.
you guys are
You want
cowards,
other
man.
people to die
You
for you.
guys
Yes.
love
Yes, you want other.
Sam. Hindus are cowards. When they stand with the Islamic Republic, that clearly shows they're cowards. Your government, Moody, the guy fuck bends over for anyone. He got fucked by the Soviets up the ass. Now he bends over for the Israelis. He gets fucked by the Israelis. Now he gets fucked by the Americans. And he got fucked by Islamic Republic. Even Pakistan kicked you guys fucking ass in 3 nights. You guys ass got kicked by a bunch of fucking savage Pakistanis, Pakis. So you guys are cowards. I don't know how to tell you. Don't come in my spaces and tell you stand with the Iranian people when you guys are cowards.
You guys get your ass kicked by fucking Packies, he said.
You guys ass got kicked by fucking Pakis, man. Your army fucking couldn't defend itself. 3 nights, 3 nights, the fucking Pakis Air
Packies
Force.
kicked ass. Packies.
Fuck. Fucking Hindus, man. They come. I know.
It's unreal. It's
The
unreal.
motherfuckers, Modi, that motherfucking Modi, stood by Islamic Republic, and these motherfuckers come in to support Modi's actions. Fucking.
Pathetic. It's fucking pathetic.
That's what I'm saying. That these motherfuckers are stinky curry eaters. They wash. They can't even fucking wash their ass,
I
and they're
know.
coming and teaching us about
Like
humanity.
exactly. At least give us butter chicken. We like that shit. Give us something better than
I
that.
mean, just
Like,
think about this. Just think about this. India, they call themselves the greatest democratic nation. Then they go fuck. Then they go fuck with Islamic Republic government. And I don't
ah,
understand why Israelis like Hindus. I just don't get it. That part I don't get it. Why Israelis like Hindus?
I don't get it either.
The thing is, Israelis. This is the thing. Hindus always stood by Soviets. They have always been a communist, socialist, and they're basically always on the side of the Soviet Union. They hate. Did you not hear this motherfucker? What he was saying? He said you stood by America, and these guys are they're deep inside. They're communist. Deep inside.
Do you know what's really sad, Amir?
Uh,
Really pathetic? I like really want to like Indians. Like I really
I
want.
can't. I can't. Man, they smell. They
I
just.
really do.
Yeah.
I do. It's fucking pathetic.
The
I really
Indians
want
are
to
very.
like them.
They're cowards, man. I mean, honestly, Indians are
I know.
cowards.
It's fucking
So
sad.
if you look at even their political movement, correct? India from 1945 up front, they have always sided with Soviet Union. Always.
I agree.
Their air
Yeah.
force is all MiG 29, MiG 21. Recently, they bought some French planes, which that's why those French planes got their ass kicked. I mean, a lot of people say because people are saying because the Indians couldn't fly them,
I
but
know.
I actually think they got their ass kicked. But at the same
Uh,
time, I mean, everyone knows that they lost the war to Pakistan. I mean, that's why the fucking coward left. So, I mean, but I mean,
fuck.
I know, unapologetic and the rest like these people, but fuck them, man. Indians are
No,
fucking.
it's okay. Let them like them. I want to like them. I
No,
really
I
want.
can't because dude, they're double face. Did you know what he was saying? He was saying, "Oh, we like Islamic Republic, But fuck you, you piece of shit. You guys are fucking
I mean, exactly. I
what
mean,
the
he
fuck?
did
Like
go into like he liked the Islamic Republic.
we like
He
Islamic Republic, but I'm like, okay, do
he
you stand
said
with
that.
Iranian people or do you stand with Islamic Republic? For the politic reason, we do like Islamic Republic, but we don't know what to do. We're fucking Hindus. We're cowards. You know, fucking Hindus. Fuck them, man. I think Pakis are really. You know what? That's one thing Pakis are good for.
I think
Pakis.
he was a Paki, to be honest with you.
No, no, he's a Hindu. No, the Hindus, dude, Hindus deep inside, deep inside, they love Islamic Republic. Do you know why? Because Shah fucked them during the Pakistan and it was in the 70s or 60s. I don't know when it was. The war that they had, Shah stood with Pakistan, and that's why the Indians hate Shah. So you know what?
Yeah,
If I was Shah, I would have fucked both of them. I would have given money to the Indians to fucking kill the Pakis. Then I would have given money to Pakis to kill them because that's called population control, and you don't want cockroaches, man. So, dude, have you ever been to fucking India, dude? It's gross. It's disgusting.
bro,
They
bro.
have
I've
no
never been
sewer. You
to
know that, correct?
mainland. I've
They have
never
no
been to
sewer
mainland
system.
India.
They have no sewer system, man. These
Yeah,
motherfuckers, they shit in the same place they eat. So it's just like rats like everywhere, man. These motherfuckers are disgusting. You know,
yeah. My dad's brother, he lived in India for 3 years.
he probably has a lot of disease.
He came back to America and he kissed the ground when he got his final flight. And he's like, thank God I'm home. He was like, I can't believe I'm home.
Dude,
Thank
every
God.
time I go to India, I try to go in the most expensive hotel. I don't give a fuck how much it costs me. And I don't get out of that fucking hotel. I just don't. Like only work back to hotel or work to hotel. I just fucking can't stand. They're
I,
disgusting,
I,
man.
I don't judge. I mean, if
I
they have nice
fucking judge. I
beaches,
judge.
I
I
will
judge.
go to their place.
I
If they
judge.
have nice beaches, I will go. Period.
I judge those motherfuckers. They're stinking, man. I mean, look at the guy. Did you not hear what he was saying? I mean, the guy
Yeah.
was saying he likes Islamic Republic, and what the fuck?
Yeah.
Then,
He
then
was
by see, this is the thing. I was trying to teach Jenny an apologetic yesterday. By default, see, this is what they say. They like Islamic Republic, so then by default they must hate Israel. But they say no, we love Israel. That doesn't fucking make sense. It's not logical.
no, they just make up shit.
They do
So,
because they're
yeah.
fucking dude. They're cockroaches. Hindus are like Muslims. They're cockroaches. Hey, Sam, come back, man. We're gonna treat Indians good because you handle our call centers. I
Yeah,
want I
sorry
want
about
them
that,
to
Sam.
fucking pick
I
up my
wasn't talking
call.
about you.
I need support for my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, come on back. Come on, man. Come give us support. 1-800.
But no, they just lie about shit
Yeah,
and
they
they
do.
make up shit. And it is what it is. You just have to deal with it. I mean,
Do you know they have the most skin problems? They have a lot of skin problems. Don't ever touch an Indian, man, their skin. As soon as you do, you're gonna get herpes.
or psoriasis
Yeah,
or something like
yeah. So, I mean, where is Sam? Come on, my Indian friend, please.
that.
Oh, here's Argan. I like Argan. He's a good guy.
I love it.
Argan is a good guy. Hey, Argan. So, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You tell me if I did something wrong. Okay, I want to go through the logic with you. You're a very logical person. So we had a guy from India. He's a Hindu. Of course, Hindus hate Muslims. Okay, so to me that's okay. I mean, you hate Muslims, good. I give him a bonus points. Then I asked him. I said, why India's government, which is Modi's government, which is a Hindu government. I said, why does your government Deal.
Hey guys, I'm gonna try and go in Riot space. I'll be
Who's
back.
space?
Riot.
Okay.
He is a
So
space
get the
going on.
fuck out. I don't. You're not my fucking friend. Get the fuck out.
No, I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
be back.
Just come back. All right.
All right.
All right. So Organ. Then I'm asking him if Modi loves Islamic Republic and agrees with Islamic Republic by default, you guys are against Israel and hate Iranian people. He said no. It's politically driven. That Modi's government does business with Islamic Republic. It's politically driven. That's a fucked up logic. Don't you agree?
I mean, it's like, I mean, it's kind of funny how, like it's kind of funny because Pakistan is trying to bail out the Islamic Republic, but I mean, like, they're just not really getting involved in business. I mean, as long as they're not sending military weapons to them, like,
They do. They do business with Islamic Republic. Indian government does a lot, buys a lot of oil from Islamic Republic. Recently, they didn't because of the sanctions, but they've been buying oil in the black market from Islamic Republic. They've been doing military weapon trades with Islamic Republic.
oh,
They
okay.
do, yo. They support Islamic Republic 100%. There were Hindus on the streets when the war happened. They were supporting the Islamic Republic.
That really doesn't make sense because, like, I didn't expect that because, like, I always thought Indians would, like, be anti-Islamic Republic because, like, the Islamic Republic is supported in a lot by Pakistan.
And that's a logic I don't understand because then, and this is the thing, a lot of Israelis tell me that they like Hindus, and I try to convince them. And I'm like, dude, no. Modi, the Indian Prime Minister, openly supports Islamic Republic. So how can Israelis love Hindus? I don't get it.
I mean, in all fairness, there are a lot of Indians that do like Israelis.
But then why would they like Islamic Republic then? Isn't
Well, no,
Islamic
it's like,
Republic hate is Israel?
I mean, yeah, of course.
So then the logic doesn't make sense, correct?
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, like, in spite of their government, there are a lot of Hindus who, like, support Israel and the Iranian people, so.
So then, Argan, let me ask you this then: if I think logically, okay, again logic, then aren't Hindus supposed to hate Islamic Republic? Shouldn't Modi's government come say, "Hey, we support Israel in this war"? Because they haven't said that.
Yeah.
India hasn't said that they support Israel or United States in their war against Iran. They haven't said that at all. Why wouldn't they say that then?
I'm not really sure.
Exactly, man. So I think they're manipulative, man. I think Indians are manipulative. They like both sides. You know what I mean? They can't pick and choose. So I mean, that's what's the problem. I think they're cowards, dude. I call the guys. Hey, you guys are cowards. I mean, even in their war against Pakistan, they lost. They can't even handle Pakistan. They got their ass kicked. Let me see who won in the recent Pakistan war. He said, "How you been doing, man, Oregon? How's everything going, man?
Oh, it's been going fine.
Are you following politics?"
Yeah, I've been following politics. I know that the war has been, like, kind of restarting lately.
Yeah, it's almost 11 days.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this, but, like, I kind of don't really think the Islamic Republic is gonna win.
No, I don't
Like,
think
they
so.
might not collapse, but the idea of them getting a victory, like we were trying to get in the MOU, I think it's already passed.
No, I agree. They're not gonna win, man. Islamic Republic's ass is kicked, man.
Yeah, they got completely played by that MOU, and it's hilarious. I
Okay.
just I just remember like when everyone I just remember when like literally everyone was saying that oh Trump lost, the war is over, and it's like no.
Yeah. No, I mean,
It's like,
Islamic Republic's ass is getting kicked. It's just Trump is just needs to not make any more
yeah,
deals with these assholes. He needs to stop.
yeah.
You know what
I
happens?
mean hopefully.
Do you know what happens to Trump? This is what happens to Trump. Trump
Yeah.
has what I call it is modern schizophrenic. Like he's schizo a little bit. So he hears voices in his head, correct? So he probably sleeps, and then he hears these voices that tells him, "You can make a deal. You're a great deal maker. You're a great deal maker. Go make a deal." And then he wakes up in the morning and he signs a deal with the Islamic Republic. And then he wakes up again and he says, "Oh shit, I cannot make a deal. I cannot make a deal." So I really think the guy needs to stop making deals with the mullahs, man. He needs to stop making deals with the mullahs. So
Yeah.
hopefully he doesn't make any more deals.
Yep. Yeah. But it was a deal. We take Karg Island. We occupy Karg Island and Keshem Island and Bandar Abbas and cut off their oil supply so that they can't fund their proxies anymore.
Uh,
They can't fund mercenaries to
I
suppress
think they already
protests.
have Hark Island, don't they? Didn't they bomb the shit out of that place?
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, I mean, no, actually, I mean, in all fairness, we're already blockading their oil anyway.
I don't know where they are right now. It's 11th day. They've been bombing the shit out of the place. So hopefully they don't stop. I'm just hoping he doesn't stop. No more deals. No more deals with the mullahs.
Yeah.
I'm hoping no more deals. If they
Oh,
if they
yeah.
continue doing this, I think the mullah's gonna fall apart, man.
Yeah. But like I'm gonna say this is kind of funny because like so the Saudis recently struck the Houthis
Yes.
and the Houthis like said and then there was this guy on Twitter, funnily enough, he's also named Amir, and he was going on about how like the Bab al Mandeb Strait was now closed. What's hilarious about that is that not only was the strait only closed to Saudi ships, the Houthis literally have not enforced it at all.
Are you talking about the Red Sea?
Yeah. The Red Sea Strait. Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the yeah because the Houthis threatened to hit the Saudis tankers. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Listen, Houthis are 100% supported by Islamic regime. I don't know how they get their weapons. I really don't know how is it transported because if there's a blockade from the sea as well as the air, how they're getting weapons crossed to them, you know?
I don't know. There has to be some like illicit arms. It's like,
Exactly, dude. There must be something going on.
but like,
Shady.
I don't really make sense. Like how would they get it through Saudi Arabia? And Saudi
Okay.
Arabia like literally struck the
Do you know
Houthis.
I have my own theory on this one.
Yeah.
I think fucking UAE, that's just my theory because UAE hates Saudi Arabia. And if you have noticed, the Houthis don't attack UAE. They used to fight, but the UAE came out of it. So I think UAE gives the Houthis also weapons. You don't think so? I think they do.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I know the UAE and the Saudis don't necessarily get along. I know that the UAE recently pulled out of OPEC, and that infuriated Saudi Arabia.
Yes. See, it's like what is that word they say? Your enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't really apply in the Middle
you don't
East
think so?
because, like, in the Middle East, they're like there's so many countries that dislike each other.
There's like enemy of the enemy is the enemy of the enemy.
The
And if the,
enemy of the enemy of the enemy. It's like, oh yeah, like okay, so let's look at Saudi Arabia for example.
okay,
Saudi Arabia has enemies with the Islamic Republic.
uh,
There's enemies with the UAE. All three of them are enemies with Israel, and then Saudi Arabia is also enemy of the Houthis,
yes,
but is also enemy. It's just
of
like
Qatar. I mean, Saudi Arabia doesn't get along with Qatar too.
yeah, Qatar too. It's like oh Qatar
O- I don't know about
Qatar is
Oman.
the enemy of
Oman,
Saudi Arabia. Qatar doesn't necessarily get along with Iran as they were struck.
yeah.
They always don't like Israel because they fund Hamas.
So like I think Saudi Arabia is the only one that is targeted by the Houthis. See, the UAE is not targeted. Qatar is not
Yeah,
targeted. Oman is not targeted. They never attacked Oman. They never attacked UAE. So they're only attacking Saudi Arabia. They're sending their missiles only to Saudi Arabia and to Israel. So
yeah,
but the thing is, who is giving them the missiles? That's the question. Where are they getting their weapons? You know,
yeah.
that's a
And
question.
the one thing is, I think like honestly, Israel's probably one of the like most consistent countries in the Middle
Of
East.
course,
Like like it's like what they say, generally speaking, is what they do. It's
exactly. I
like
mean, they know they're surrounded by a bunch of cockroaches and rats. So
yeah.
you can't trust cockroaches and rats.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, yeah, that's what I was thinking about a lot of like Middle Eastern countries. They're very backstabbing. They
Yes,
always pretend to be your friend and shit like that.
that's Arab and Muslim nature, man.
Like you have like Qatar for example. America sends more money to Qatar than it does to Israel, and Qatar also funds Hamas.
That's correct.
So
Qatar
they've been able to get the U.S. to toss them loads of cash while simultaneously tossing loads of cash to America's enemies.
and Qatar finances Trump.
Yeah, that too. So it's like, and it's kind of funny because it's always kind of funny how people people always make a big deal of America like funding like Israel's war in Gaza. Well, by that logic, America would also be funding Hamas because we send money to Qatar and we know where it
That's
goes.
correct. I mean,
So
recently, I mean, honestly, just recently, I heard Trump. You know that airplane that they gave him to him. They're saying he wants to give it back. Is that correct? Did you hear that same thing?
I don't know. It's a little fucking hilarious that Qatar has to give him that plane. It's like it's a
Because they want to
it
kill him.
was built by the U.S. It's a Boeing plane.
Yeah, just probably they wanted to kill him. Qatar is, man. You can't trust those motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
Al Jazeera, man. Look at the bullshit Al Jazeera gives out. The misinformation.
Yeah. Well, in all fairness, like the other reliable ally in the Middle East is like Jordan and Kuwait.
You think so? I think they're. I don't trust them either, dude.
Mm.
I mean,
I mean, I haven't really heard much bad about them. Is what I'm to say. Like,
yeah, sure. But they're infiltrated. They're also infiltrated by Hamas and. I mean, not. I
yeah,
don't know about Kuwait, but Jordan, 100%, dude. There's a lot of Muslim Brotherhood in Jordan. I mean, maybe
yeah.
not in the palace of King Hussein. I mean, is it King Hussein? King Hussein, or
I don't remember the
what is the
name.
son's name?
I don't
I
remember.
don't think he has any more kids. Does he have kids? Who's gonna be when he dies? Who's gonna take over? I don't think he has a son.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. Who's the Jordan's? Dude, I'm keep forgetting these shits, but I think it's Hussein too. Who is Jordan's king?
Shit.
I think it's
Sorry.
King Hussein. Ah,
Yeah.
Jordan is Abdullah. Fuck, Abdullah. Abdullah, king of Jordan is Abdullah, who has ruled Hashemite kingdom since 1999. Shit, motherfucker. These people, like, they rule forever, dude.
I mean, they're kings, obviously. Yeah. They.
Damn. So let's see if he has a son. Does he have a son? Does Come on, man. Does he have a son? Son.
Yeah.
Oh, he has two sons. Shit. So that whole that whole thing gonna continue. Yeah, he has two sons. So are they like Shiites?
I'm honestly not sure.
Because it's Hashemites. Man, are Hashemites. See, I like to keep spaces because I keep learning shit. Are Hashemites Shiites?
Oh yeah. Also, did you hear about Iraq making a deal with Trump to kick out the Iranian proxies?
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be interesting because I don't know if the Iraqi government will comply, dude. They're very much infiltrated by the IRGC, man.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the new prime minister or whatever is complying, but if he keeps doing that, he's signing his own death sentence.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he cleaned house. The guy went in and went after the corrupt politicians. But let's see what happens, man. I don't know how long he will last. Because, dude,
Yeah.
Iraq is 100% controlled by IRGC, dude. Trust me. Even the Kurdish region.
Yeah.
That would be interesting to see how Iraq will react. Because, there are like words that's coming out of Iran that they're going to invade Kuwait.
Yeah.
Did you hear that too?
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
That's going to be interesting if they do that.
Yeah. And then yeah, not to say this, but like US is we're gonna do Gulf War on steroids if that happens.
Because, you see, the only way the Islamic Republic can invade Kuwait is either through Iraq or through its proxies. So I just don't know how they're going to invade because there is no land between Iran and Kuwait. There is no borders.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how they would do that. So let's see. I want to see how they could do it. Let me learn again. Can Iran invade
Kind of
Kuwait?
feel like they're speeding up their death wish if they invade Kuwait.
Oh. Iran is currently engaged. Iran vows to bomb on land as the fear grows over Kuwait. Oh shit! All right, that's what they're gonna do, dude. They're gonna invade Bahrain and Kuwait. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, if they actually try a ground invasion in these countries, they're like speeding up their own death warrants.
Yes, that
They're
would be
they're
fun.
getting the they're like I imagine that's probably not going to go too well with the Arab states. It's one thing to hit them with missiles; it's another to go for a full-on ground invasion.
Yes. Let me see. I want to see what Arabs say about this. I'm going to chat GDP. See what the Arabs will say. Alright. Huh. Dude, even the Kuwaitis are scared of this shit. They really think this is gonna happen. The Kuwaitis are saying that might happen.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. They're pretty fucking desperate. I could see it.
Oh well. You know, more war.
Yep.
Good for us Iranians. We might have a free Iran soon.
Well, yeah, actually, wait. Like, here's the thing. Like, it'll be good for the Iranian people if Iran tries. if the Islamic Republic tries something like that, it'd be good for the Iranian people because it moves troops off the streets.
That's correct, man.
Like the more they try to invade other countries, the more like soldiers are taken off the streets.
And the good thing is they get more killed. These fucking terrorists will kill, and then Iranians can free their own country.
Yeah,
Fuck them, man.
because like
Fuck
the
Kurdish.
U.S. and Kuwaiti soldiers are probably would they actually be able to like land a naval invasion in Kuwait? I mean, probably just get shot down by the U.S. Navy.
Dude, they did. They used. Oh, hold on. When was it? Last month. They used the oldest airplane. What was it? F4. They did.
Yeah.
Did you hear that they used F4 uh, to attack Kuwait? Um, dude, that's the oldest airplane they have in their air fleet. The
No.
IRGC used F4 to attack.
That plane was bought by the Shah.
Yes, dude.
That's Mohammed Pahlavi's
Yeah,
plane.
to attack Kuwait. Dude, they did. They went on a mission. Yes, see, Iran's used F4 Phantom and F5 successfully penetrated the military installations in Kuwait.
Oof.
Dude,
I
that's
mean, if they got like one plane through, I mean, it's
no.
not.
They had. Let's see how many they had. Uh, it said it was two. You're right. It was two. Many planes. And I want to see what mission, dude. But that's very embarrassing, because those planes are like from the '60s,
Yeah.
and if the Kuwaitis air defense system couldn't get, let's see how many plane. Three. It was three Iranian F5. It was F5 actually. It went low altitude. Oh, actually, they strike. Holy shit, they did strike. Holy shit. That's bad for Kuwait, man. Fucking Kuwaitis.
I mean, in all fairness, like the U.S. does provide air defense.
Dude, I mean, the U.S. has given them everything. The thing is, Arabs cannot fight, Argan. That's a problem. They're cowards. They can't fight. No matter how much you give them shit, they can't fight back. Look at them. They can't even fight back against IRGC. They need to fight back. They just want America to do everything for them. I mean, they're getting their ass kicked. I think they should fight back, man. Bahrain should fight back, like go after Islamic Republic.
Yeah.
But they don't do
I
it.
mean, they have like the thing about Bahrain is they have like half their country is Shia.
They're just scared, man. They're afraid for more retaliation. That's why they don't fight back. They're afraid of retaliation.
Yeah.
I mean, Bahrainis. I mean, they're cowards, dude. So that's a problem. Bahrainis, Saudis. You know how many times Qatar got bombed by the Islamic Republic? They don't
How
even
many?
they don't even retaliate. I think they're cowards, dude. Arabs are cowards, dude. They should fight back. What are you doing? Playing games? What game?
Yep. I'm playing 007 GoldenEye.
Oh shit!
Have you played that game before?
No, I didn't, man. My last PlayStation was PlayStation. I think it was 4. What was it? 4. That was last. All right, guys. Have a good night, man. Take it easy. Have a good night.
Oh,
Bye. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
you're leaving?
Yeah. Unless you have something to talk about. What do you have to talk about?
No, I'm gonna say this yeah. I'm just but I also gonna say this like I also heard of like how like horrifying the Iran Iraq war was. It's like the insane thing about it is like as I've discussed before with somebody I know, like both sides were kind of the aggressors in that war. Like the Iranians wanted to take the Shia parts of Iraq for themselves. The Iraqis wanted to take Khuzestan.
Are you talking about the 1980 war?
Yeah, the 1980 to 88 war.
Yeah, that 1980 war. So it started, I think it was September 1980 when Saddam went to southern Iran, which actually they didn't want to just take Khuzestan. What they wanted was to take. There's a region. It's called Chateau Arab. I don't know if you know about it. It's like a port, and it's by Basra. So
Yeah.
Iraq wanted to take Chateau Arab, which is actually owned by Iran, by it's actually the Iranian part. Saddam wanted to take that because taking on Chateau Arab will give you access to Persian Gulf. And then, of course, after that, it did the incursion to Khuzestan, which was the first city, was Khorramshahr. But actually, the Iranians, I mean, I have to give them kudos, man. That was right after the revolution. Fucking Khomeini killed a lot of the Iranian commanders and officers and a lot of the pilots. Uh, there's a lot of good documentaries how the Iranians fought back and countered them. Because what happened was during that war, a lot of the Iranian pilots were executed by the Khomeini, but there were still some really good pilots still left, and we had some good F-14s and some good planes. The only difference between our pilots and do you know what the difference between our pilots and Iraqi pilot was?
What was it?
The Iraqi pilots could not fly at nighttime. They were not trained. Iranian pilots, all of them were trained by the American elite Air Force. So they were well trained, so they could take nightly incursions into Iraq. So they actually destroyed Iraq's infrastructure a lot at nighttime, and that was the advantage the Iranians had. And then at the same time, Iranians had good elite forces who really took over control over Khorramshahr. But then, actually, Saddam came in '84. I think it was '84 or '85. Saddam came to Khomeini and actually wanted to give up, wanted to surrender. Saddam came and wanted to surrender. Khomeini didn't want to. That's when the war extended to another 4 years. So, and it became like a, what do you call, no sides winning, and they both surrendered and they went back to their old borders. But actually, Iran, if fucking Khomeini, the dumb motherfucker, would have agreed to it, we would have had a lot of part of Iraq too. So, Iranians actually had won in '84. So that was actually a very interesting war. Both sides lost a lot of people. Yeah,
Yeah. It's pretty sad because the Iranians also use like child
yes,
soldiers.
they did because we didn't. We were uh, predominantly outnumbered by their weapons. A lot of Arab countries. Uh, Arvan Route is Arvan Route. Tigris River is the southern Iraq, which flows into Persian Gulf. Serves as a border between Iraq and Iran. Okay, who owns it? I want to say who controls it. I think Iran controls it. That's a very key region, Chateau Arab. shared between Iraq and Iran. Okay, yeah, these motherfuckers wanted to take the whole thing. 1971. Yeah, that's under 1975 Algiers Agreement. Because Iran at one time under the Shah, because Saddam was trying to do that one more time. Shah kicked his ass. Uh,
Yeah. So like Iranian, it's kind of funny because like during the Iran-Iraq War, like the Iranian like military was actively defending the country as Khomeini was killing them. Is
yes,
legitimately insane.
exactly, dude.
And I remember like there was some dumbass regimite on Twitter who was like trying to like he was trying to say that like there was the CIA alleged paper that said that the Palavists were trying to overthrow the government during the war and that they were all traitors and all that, which is legitimately insane if you realize the fact that these were the people defending the country as they were getting shot.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, now they're back. Yeah, I think Iraq tried a couple of times to take full control of that region, but Iran fought back both times. And during the Shah, basically they kicked their ass.
yeah.
Region from 1936 until to an important channel for the oil, which now it does each other belongs to.
So do you have family in Iran?
Mostly my like uncles, aunts, but I haven't seen them for 40 years, man. I haven't been back home 40 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I haven't been back 40 years, man. I haven't been back since 1983. I don't know how long that is. I don't know how long that is. Fucking Arabs, man. So I'm looking at this. Holy shit, US has been bombing continuously. So I'm reading CENTCOM. Where's CENTCOM saying? Oh, hold on a second. I'll tell you what happened today.
What happened?
They bombed a part of Tehran. They're saying that's so they hit a military site near Tabriz. That's
I know
huge.
someone who lives there. I'm just gonna ask if they heard an explosion.
Yeah, there was a they hit a.
Or they hit Tabriz.
Hold on a second. There's also they also hit the so they hit part of Tabriz. Wow, that's unusual. How did they go to Tabriz? From what area? Because that's far. Dude, CENTCOM has been very active. They started at 7 p.m. Eastern time today.
Yeah.
So we'll see what did they do. All right, Arden, I have to go, man. It's too late for me. Good night, guys. All right. Yeah, thank you. Bye.